Come on, man.
Hi, Captain.
See you, what up? Adam, what up? Look, yeah, the mic's hot, baby, take no days off. Them other pods, everything that they say soft. No plays off, no plays off. Yeah, the mic's hot, baby, take no days off. Them other pods, everything that they say soft. Adam, see you, this is Thor, it's no plays off.
No plays off, BNN, Betting News Network. See you, Thorb. I'm Adam. Guys, I just pulled up Twitter during Thorb's wonderful intro there. By the way, Thorb, good to have you back, buddy. We missed you last week.
Hey, man, happy to be back.
First tweet that I see, and I don't follow this account, but I live in the, For You page or whatever, so I just see shit. It's from KFC, of course, Kentucky Fried Chicken, the official KFC account. I had to look to make sure. 1.5 million followers. And the intern tweeted, "Still raw dogging your tenders?"
Whoa.
And that, guys, is what we call a callback to raw dogging conversation on the show. You seem perplexed.
Oh, was that no socks? What was the ordeal with that?
It was no
raw
media.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Like raw
Completely
dogging
wrong.
flights. Why are we raw? But I don't really understand the like, what's raw dogging a tender?
No sauce.
No sauce.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Which I don't hate, but I mean, I'm also not going to criticize people who, I mean, you guys sauce it up, I assume, with your tenders, but a lot of people are like on the go, so they can't, so they just have the tenders.
I'm a buffalo sauce guy, but otherwise I would raw dog the tender.
Thorpe?
There's no way I would ever raw dog a tender. No. Never in a knife. No, never.
You just wouldn't eat it?
No.
Just leave it there? That's just wasteful.
Well, I would just wouldn't do it. I would have sauce. You know what I mean?
What if you don't have sauce?
I would.
But what if you don't?
No, I would though.
Yeah. Well, I
Why
mean,
would I
so,
not?
okay, this is the perspective of somebody who's single, right? Like he has the time to make sure he secures sauce. But if you have to like heat something up real quick and go in the car, like again, single without kids, I'm saying, like there are going to be instances later in life, Thorpe, where you're just not going to have the luxury of sauce. So what do you do in that moment if you're hungry?
I don't see an instance where this is remotely.
this weird
Can't see it.
scenario that you're painting a picture of doesn't exist.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know when I wouldn't have sauce. What's up? Damn, it's Austin in the chat.
By the way, I'm looking down because I'm trying to, instead of just retweeting, I'm making sure the YouTube link is there for everybody in case people are forgetting that we're back on YouTube.
We're so back.
Oh yeah,
So
Were we back last week as well when I was not?
Yes.
we were.
Holy shit, that's 2 weeks in a row.
I think it's 3 weeks in a row. I think we had it the week before that too.
Oh, there's your tweet. I'm going to retweet your tweet. So I'm not going to send an organic tweet of your tweet. I'm going to retweet the tweet.
How many active followers? So Adam, you have like percentage wise, you have like 40,000 followers. I have half of that. Actually, a little less than half of that.
Sure.
And I think when people look at my Twitter account, I think they think it's pretty active because I get a lot of comments and stuff,
Yeah.
and
Good
likes
engagement.
and some retweets here and there. But I mean, obviously, I'm not getting 18,000 people that are following me that are looking at my profile at all anymore. And I understand there's some small percentage that might be bots or whatever, but I think most of them, a majority, are like active Twitter users to some degree.
Yeah.
And I just wonder what percentage are like actually active in like the sense that we would say like active is. Like they're on Twitter, they're looking at our stuff. Like that's got to be a small percentage, right?
I just don't understand Elon's Twitter at this point in time, or X as people want it to be called. And this is how I'm not exactly answering your question, but I kind of am. This is how I can best paint that picture. I feel like throughout, I don't know how long I've been on Twitter, but I wasn't really, I don't know, like I created a Twitter account, but then I wasn't really active on it for several years. And then I was and have been since. But since I started, getting active on Twitter, I've had like this steady growth, right? Like, obviously it could come in waves. Maybe there's the occasional tweet that generates a whole bunch of followers, but generally speaking, month to month, there'd be this steady growth. That was the case for years.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, or maybe it was Elon taking over. I don't remember exactly what the timeline was.
It was Elon taking over because COVID is when I started using Twitter, and I was able to incrementally gain Twitter.
All right, so then it was Elon. So when Elon took over, like I mean, I have probably net gained, because obviously, like, I've gained hundreds of followers, but I've probably lost hundreds of followers. Net gain since Elon took over, I think I'm probably only up like 100 or 2 followers and that's years. Like, that's in the last few years. Like, people have just stopped coming, and I don't know if that's, you brought up active followers. I don't know if people with the algorithm and the For You feeds and not having TweetDeck or whatever, like, people just aren't finding me anymore in the way that they once did, or I just suck and they're leaving. I have no idea what it is, but it's weird that I miss old Twitter. I miss what it was. It was more fun back then.
Now, Thorb, you've shared some social media frustration recently, but it wasn't Twitter, right? It was more like TikTok, Instagram, where you were.
It's kind of everything right now. I don't think I've gained a single follower on Instagram in like 4 months, which is weird. I've had videos get like 500,000 views and nothing. I don't know. It's all weird now. I think if we're talking like active viewers, kind of like Sia was talking about, or active like just followers in general, I probably have 500,000 across everything. I'd say 5,000 of them even give a shit. Or followers are the most meaningless like number in history. Even Twitter, when I first hopped on Twitter just to share like my recaps, they would even do really well when I like first got on there. I feel like now they don't do shit either. So I don't. But my Twitter's like nothing, especially even compared to you guys. And then now I could post a recap. I used to gain like a good amount of followers each recap I posted, and now it's it's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
So you posted an NBA recap, by the way. Welcome to the basketball streets.
Yeah, people were getting me. Everyone's DMing me trying to get me to do some basketball, and like I really get into the playoff basketball, so I was open to that, especially when the Knicks are in it. If the Knicks weren't in it, I probably wouldn't do it, but they are, and now all I can think about is OG Anunoby's hamstring.
I have a lot of Knicks Sixers talk that I want to talk about, like inside the arena and outside the arena, because I want to mention. And maybe have a conversation about which fan base is worse. With that said, there's a lot of people in the chat, like Jason Herod, Japan is in here, Takeover Embiid, Joe Neuenfeld. They're all Jeff Stenberg under the name Stifler's in here.
I was going to say Stifler's not here yet.
No, he's here.
Okay.
Thanks for being in here, everybody. But most importantly, they're talking golf. I've got 2 matchups out there right now, and one of them's 1 back, one of them's 2 up. So people are monitoring that. But somebody said, Thorb, somehow Thorb had Martin Laird as first round leader over at the Ultimate in Myrtle Beach.
I did not. You would think so, but I did not.
It's a funny comment.
Yeah, I did not have. I wish though. That'd be cool.
So what are you chasing?
I'm not really chasing anything. I think I have like 45% Sung Jae Im in DFS this week, which is pretty tight because
he's 5 under through 6.
Yeah.
That's I don't. Nasty.
I'm shocked I don't have his first round leader because I'm all over him everywhere else. But I saw something in the chat as well. See, are you going to Chicago soon?
Yeah, I'm going to. So the Early Edge Sports Line is doing a meetup. We did it in New York last year, but we didn't really give it a lot of notice. It was like probably 3 to 4 weeks notice. Now we're giving 2 months notice, and we're going to be in Wrigley July 1st for a Cubs-Padres game. And Joe, who lives in Vegas, by the way, I think it's him and his girlfriend, and maybe a couple of kids. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was 4 people. They're coming over to I didn't hear you, but they're coming over to the game. They're flying over. They've already booked their tickets in their hotel.
He said congrats on the sex.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even sure they're his kids, to be honest with you.
Well, somebody
has.
Old friend into kids.
Yeah.
Jason's asking if the 2 of us are going. No, we're not employed by CBS.
I could be, and I will be. I'll force my way in there.
No, me too. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get into some golf. CBS
well, first of all, you guys could come. I mean, it's not like Joe's not employed by CBS either. You guys could still come.
That's a good point. No,
I'm busy the week prior to that, So probably not the best timing, or else I probably would go.
I'm going to be in Maine. Otherwise, I'd be interested.
You're going to be huddled up right next to CBS headquarters, the .com headquarters, when you move down to South Florida. What's the update, Thor?
See, if you don't get me a goddamn gig at CBS, we're not friends anymore.
I think I can.
Yeah, and you will, and it's going to be sick.
I don't even have that much pull. I still think
it doesn't matter
because you're talented.
I bet you could get Thorb in the door there.
Yeah,
I already know Mike. Mike's a good boy.
Yeah,
he got me my first interview on CBS. What were we saying?
Well, first of all, you're talking about social media, but oh yeah, moving.
Oh yeah, moving. I believe I have an actual date now. It's like the 26th or something. I should be heading down there.
Of May.
Of May?
Yes.
Soon. You gotta start packing.
Yeah, I haven't even looked into anything, or I have to furnish the place as well. Apparently, I gotta look into that.
No, that's okay. Like, because that means you don't have a ton of stuff to move. Like, that's kind of liberating, right?
Theoretically, I have a lot of equipment. I'm gonna bring my big ass TV. I'm gonna bring a couch that I have here. So it's gonna be a decent amount of stuff, but who cares? I don't know.
How big ass is the big ass TV?
82.
That's big ass. It's
apparently they already have an 80 there that they don't need. So I'm gonna have 2 80-inch TVs. Might buy a third just to fuck around and get weird. Football Sunday, imagine that.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah.
When I moved down to Fort Lauderdale, I didn't have any furniture. And I was crashing for a few months. I knew I was just going to crash at a friend's townhouse. So I didn't have like a lease situation. I had an Infinity G35. I packed it up on December 30th, 2006. And I tried to make it straight in time to catch the Giants, at the time, Redskins game on Sunday Night Football at 8:30. I got there just before halftime. So it was like 15, 16 hours. Just in time for a close game to be not a close game. Tiki Barber had like over 200 yards rushing. It was embarrassing. With that said, I had no furniture when I finally moved into an apartment. And I loved it because I just went to like a rooms to go. By the way, I was in debt at the time, so it's not like I was flush with money, but I had credit. I went to a rooms to go. They were closing in like 5 minutes. And I just walked around and I was like, I need a bed and I need a couple of other couches and whatever. And in 5 minutes, I chose everything. And the guy was so happy because he thought his shift was over and he made this huge commission off me. Anyway, it was one of my memories of moving without.
How old were you?
Is this a trick question?
No, it's not.
My age. I was in my late 20s.
So that's
40 years ago.
Mid to late 20s.
No, it's I was just thinking like that's fairly mature adult of you. Like when I've moved around a bunch for jobs and I've gone around the country and that kind of thing. And the first few jobs I had, the salaries were so poor that it was offset by that. I was in broadcasting, play-by-play, and the teams that I worked for provided housing. Like in the same way they provided players with housing on the team, they provided me with housing. And so it was all furnished. So I didn't have to go out and get my own stuff for the most part, other than like, maybe a TV or something like that, computer desk, whatever. But what I was thinking about was, and I'm probably 24 at the time. It's like, well, I feel like I need some shit on the walls, even though I don't own the place. I'm not even really renting the place, but I got to have something on the walls, not just these bland gray or tan or white or whatever walls. And so I went out, or maybe might have even been eBay or something like that. And I got just a bunch of like sports banners, like flags or championship banners or pennants, things that would just like not be in an adult's house. Like it was like I was decorating a fraternity house, and I just like littered all of the like I put like a Massachusetts state flag in the bedroom. It was like I just need something on the wall. It was terrible. It was pretty awful, but I might have old photos.
I want to make like a nice when I finally get situated, because like even you're green screening, Adam, but like I want to do sort of like Sia's got a bunch of sports stuff behind him, some cool stuff. Sure. I want to do some shit like that, because I just got a bunch of random shit behind me that I don't know what to do with. So I want to make a nice little
thing there.
Yeah. I don't even know if I'm gonna use, but I guess people are kind of used to that.
Yeah, you got to bring it at the very least. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll bring it. I'll bring it. I want to get not this isn't like a flex by any means, but I want to like I have like a bunch of songs that are about to hit like 1 million streams. I want to get like a bunch of the plaques and then just have them bitches lined up. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be cool because it'll have all the cover arts on them.
Those?
So here's a disclaimer about all the plaques because I always like when like any sort of influencers, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, or anything, they're like, "Oh, I just got a package in the mail. Let me open it up," and it's like their plaque of like 1 million subscribers, million like plays on Spotify or whatever. They don't send you those. You have to buy them. so like it's that. So like I'm gonna buy them. Like I think it's a cool thing to just have.
Yeah,
but
sure.
yeah, people act like they're getting sent these, and I think you only get something if like your record goes like platinum or diamond or something like that. Which I don't even know how many streams that is nowadays. Probably like fucking 200 million or some shit, but I don't know.
That kind of reminds me of Sia. You would know about this, I assume, anyway. And I won't name drop here at all because it's really not name dropping. It'd be more of like calling people out, and it has the adverse effect. So I won't do that. But a lot of the time in the fantasy space, when you win awards, they'll have these annual like fantasy sports, whatever of the year, who is it? The fantasy sports and gaming, I don't remember exactly what the acronym is, but most people think like, wow, like they recognized us and this is so great. And we're being honored and our community loves us. And like, there's an element of that, but a lot of these competitions, if you will, you're actually paying your way to be a finalist. You're submitting like, here's my show and here's the money. And could you please recognize me as being one of your finalists? And then, I don't think you buy your way to a win. You're chosen at that point, but you are putting yourself on their radar. Kind of the same thing as like going out and buying these plaques.
Yeah. You're applying to be a nominee essentially for some of these.
Yeah. Which is how a lot of things work. Like, even if you like go in a hip hop or a rap competition, you're usually paying to get involved in it in general and then just hoping you win. But yeah, I don't know. Because you probably don't win any money. I was gonna say it takes money to make money, but it really just takes money at that point to do anything, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I think the plaques, because I don't know because I don't want a bunch of dolphin shit behind me because like I fucking hate them. So I figured it'd just be my own shit. You know what I mean? Maybe like I have like one Dolphins like flag, Super Bowl flag from like 1941 or whatever the fuck they won. And other than that, that's really all I got from that. I got signed Ricky Williams jersey. It does say smoke weed every day on it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's framed. It's not even up anywhere. Here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing. Oh, look, we're following him.
Oh, yeah.
No, we can't see it. Full screen him. Full screen him, Alex.
Oh, that's cool.
That is nice. Yeah, put that on the wall behind you.
To smoke weed every day.
That would look good.
Yeah. I don't even have it up right now. It's just kind of sitting here.
Well, don't hang it now.
Too lazy
you're leaving.
Yeah.
Ricky Williams is a pretty insightful guy, as I think everybody kind of knows. But Joe Neuenfeld, I know, at least probably still is, a big fan of the Dan Le Batard show. He would have a spot on that show like once a week where he'd be on for like 30 or 60 minutes. And the guy is just so incredibly insightful. The tricky part was he talked about astrology and horoscopes all the time, which I'm like completely out on. But he's such a good speaker that when he was talking about it, I was like, okay, yeah, I kind of see it. Like, that's impressive.
Do you have a feeling about people who feel really strongly about their sign and astrology and,
I'm out.
I'm
losers.
Like, I'm a Capricorn and that's how we are,
So that was one of my dating rules. Like, if you start bringing that stuff up, I'm out. Sorry, Thorpe, go ahead.
What's your sign? See ya.
Yeah. Let's shit on Pam a little more because I saw her say something to Sia, be like, I know why we get along. You're a fucking whatever. And I was like, Pam would be that fucking type of person.
Well, here's the thing. In her defense, we know her. It's funny. We know her
I hope
well.
People are new to the show and just learning about this feud between Thorpe and Pam Maldonado.
So good. The thing about Pam is, Yeah, that's definitely a downgrade, but she does like clearly that's not something she wears on her sleeve. Like she responded to something about my birthday, but like I've never heard her bring up horoscopes or signs ever. And I've talked to her a bunch. So have you. So has Adam. So like I can accept that if it's just kind of like an ancillary thing that you're like, you know, kind of throwing out there because it's fun. But if you're like, oh, you're a Taurus, so that definitely means you're like this type of person. I'm like, whoa,
there's people that swear by it, and you're just a lunatic at that point. Absolute lunatic.
Joe Newfeld, LOLC, I believe in never being in a relationship with a Cancer or Gemini ever again.
Did you ever think that the Cancer and Gemini that you happen to date sucked?
Yeah, maybe it was just that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you're terrible at picking significant others.
Maybe I should figure out what the people that I've talked to that sucked, what they were. And then maybe I can start going by that. Maybe there's something to it.
You'd consider that.
Do you think I could ask them still?
Yeah, I mean, you could reach out. Are you friends with your exes?
No.
None of them?
No.
Did they all end badly?
No. But wait, I should probably know their birthday, right?
I mean, at one point, probably. I don't know about now.
Yeah, no, I don't remember. I'll look into this.
I probably remember exes' birthdays. Not that I like reach out to wish them. It doesn't occur to me on that day, but if I sat here and I thought about it right now, when's their birthday? I bet I could come up with it.
I have no idea. Well, I also date like once every 7 years, so I guess that's memory not too good that far. You know what I mean?
You must be a Gemini or Sagittarius.
Nah, dude, I'm a Virgo, I think.
A virgin?
Do you?
Yeah, well.
Do any of you know? Like, so I know I'm a Taurus because I'm, May 11th. People have told me, and I understand to be like whatever. I don't know. I don't know anybody else's. Like, I don't know any other dates for signs. Do you guys?
I don't know my sign, so no. I don't know other people's.
I only know mine because somebody's told me as well. I just like it's just whatever sign it is. Like you can just find the way to make whatever the sign says about you. It's like, a Taurus hates a Taurus doesn't. They don't like fake people. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Very, very thoughtful and sometimes considerate and love the outside. Also inside sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. We just got everybody.
I think I'm the year of the dog in the Chinese New Year. I think that's right. 82. I think that's the year of the dog. Maybe.
Who knows, bro?
I don't know. Thor was born like a decade and a half after that. Alex was born yesterday. Intern Alex behind the scenes.
Sure. Hey, Adam, did you get a new camera? Doesn't look like it.
No, not yet. So here's what it was. You and I were talking about the camera after I looked better on my cell phone than my computer camera. And so you told me what you got, and I went to Amazon, and I was about to get it. I was like, I had it in the cart. I was about to get it. And then I remembered that my lazy ass, I'm sitting here on my old computer, which still runs well. Obviously, the camera's not great, even though this is an external camera, but also sucks because it's like 720 whatever. But I've got a new computer like 3 feet from me that I was like, I wonder how that camera was. And I opened it up, and that camera's fucking amazing. It's immaculate. I don't need to go out and buy a new camera. I've got the camera. I just need to start using the new computer when I do these shows. That's what it comes down to.
What kind of computer is it? Like a new Mac or something?
Yeah, it's a MacBook Pro.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how their webcams are.
It's strong, great webcam.
B-Dot says 720, buddy. That's running on 2 pixels.
You doing what you do for a living and having a 720p camera is nuts, by the way.
I actually have no idea what I'm running my Logitech on. I don't know if it's 720, 1080. I have no idea.
It looks like
I can't tell does he I can't tell. Thorpe, does he look
drastically
much better than I do?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, he just means handsome. That
right.
That was
I meant both ways, but I was also talking about the camera. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought the handsome part was just assumed. I was moving into the tech.
Yeah. Tech wise. Yeah. You're like you get a little choppy too. It's like
do I?
Yeah, a little choppy. You probably.
I think he's overstating it. He's just trying to make you feel self-conscious.
It's working.
Yeah. Yeah, I can barely even see you.
Are you there, Adam? You there, buddy? Huh?
Connor's dropped a shot, so I'm up 1 and down 1 with a handful of holes to play on my 2 matchups.
MLB system plays, by the way, are sitting. We got 2 that are going on right now that are in front. So hopefully that continues.
Those have been doing pretty well, right? Over the last week.
So I'll do a longer explanation later.
You already did that
last
time I was here.
Yeah, we don't need the long one.
Good.
Later either.
The short one.
Yeah.
We started out of the gate down 20 units, and I was like, oh, this is not going to be fun. But didn't skip a day, didn't change the plan, stayed with it, and we are present day up 8.5 units.
Yeah, it's all about commitment. You know what I
all
mean?
About commitment. We've ridden the roller coaster.
The last Knicks series, I was laddering Mikal Bridges for 3 straight games, and then it finally hit, and it hit for like $3,000. So you got to commit. You got to stay committed. You got to stay committed.
My camera adds 10 years.
Thorb, is it fair to say that the Knicks fans are catching up to the Philly fans with respect to obnoxiousness?
It's just the city, man. Those kids are nuts. They're nuts.
You're not one of them?
No. Well,
you wouldn't be out there bing-bonging in the streets?
God, no, man. Those people are crazy. They're going to, if the Knicks win the finals, they're going to burn the city to the ground.
Buddy, if they win the Eastern Conference Finals, remember when they beat the Celtics last year, which only achieved half the goal, you were 8 wins out of 16. You were halfway there. They were literally renaming fucking streets in New York City.
It's not good, man. It's not good.
Act like you've been there before.
Well, they haven't, dude. So
apparently.
Yeah, that's the thing. Are you worried about the Knicks? They're up 2-0. Going back to Philly. Philly looks good with or without Embiid. OG Anunoby.
Embiid back.
What's the update on OG?
The only thing I've saw was like a day-to-day hamstring injury. But like if it's a hamstring, I don't want to play him until he's like damn near 100%. I'd rather try to win the series without him, to be honest. That's what I would.
I mean, you're up 2-0.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather. I think they could beat the Sixers without him. So, because dude, it's a hamstring, bro. Like hamstrings terrify me. I don't want to mess.
They
with
linger.
I don't know how bad it is, but like the re-injury on those things is fucking huge. So
I've already bet the Sixers money line for Game 3.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
What are the odds?
It's just minus 110 each way, minus 115.
No, I'd be on New York.
Yeah. See, you're an idiot.
I think they win. I think it's going to be 2-2 going back to New York.
Wow.
Is Embiid playing? Because then Brunson will score like 48 points.
His props are up.
I hope he does.
Yeah, that's what
they have nothing to stop Brunson when Embiid's in. He's too fucking slow and big and doofy.
Thorpe, we're talking all sports here, but it is Philly's the worst fan base. I feel like we can all agree there in terms of obnoxiousness.
I'm good.
Thorpe, in your eyes, in your objective eyes, is it Boston or New York for second place?
Boston. I hate them so much.
I feel like it's definitely New York.
Boston's my one, but that's bias a little bit.
Yeah,
very biased. Don't get me wrong. Boston would be in the top 5, but one?
Top 3. No, top 3. But third.
I don't know if they'd be that bad if they weren't so spoiled, but like that's what makes them the worst.
Well, that's what created the arrogance.
Yes.
Boston was just
Philly just being like pieces of shit
25 years ago.
Yeah, like Philly is just being like pieces of shit. Yeah, you know they're up there. They're up there at the top of the ranks. But I mean, yeah, Knicks fans aren't. I also hate the Yankees, so I can't side with them.
Sure.
So I'm not with whatever they do over there. But yeah, the Knicks fans are out of their goddamn minds.
Joe Neuenfeld, have you ever met Cowboys fans? But they're not obnoxious. They're just like hilarious. Like it's not like
they're just kind of depressed at this point.
Yeah, it's just kind of whatever.
Yeah, it always comes back to Philly for me. I'd put Philly at the top of the chart. New York's there, Boston's there. I get it. Like it's kind of funny that Chicago doesn't get any rap at all. It just thinking about other major cities. Like people don't complain about Chicago fans. LA fans are kind of fake fans anyway, so nobody bothers talking about them. So it's really the major Eastern and really Northeastern markets.
I think when you get towards the Midwest, you get a slightly different vibe. You'll always have the outliers, but I think Chicago comfortably fits into that. Like we're not gonna we're not going to stand for that nonsense for the most part. That's why Chicago's insulated a little bit.
I think there's a way to be like a lunatic, but in a nice way. Like Buffalo does that very well. Like they're out of their minds, but they're not like dickheads.
Totally.
You know? Yeah. I really hope the Sabres win the cup. Well, I also have a lot of money on it, but yeah.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, well, also it'd just be like I don't know. I feel like Buffalo deserves something.
You'll like this, Adam. I have a future on the Canadians to win the Eastern Conference at 14-1. It's the only future I bet. I don't really bet NHL, obviously, but I was hosting Primetime Pregame on CBS Sports HQ like 3 weeks ago. And Casey Hudson, your friend, you do TV with her as well. She came on for a quick hockey segment. And again, I don't really take other people's bets, but it was just a random future. And she convinced me that Montreal had a chance. So I'm like, I'm going to put $50 on. So that's like the only thing I'm rooting for. And of course, they lost to Buffalo yesterday.
Yeah, I think I got Buffalo to win it all at like 22-1 or something, which is pretty nice.
What time of year did you get that ticket?
My buddy's a big Buffalo fan, and he just told me the Sabres were cooking. I said that's enough for me. And that was probably
200 on
it. That was probably 3 months ago or something.
Yeah,
something like that. But yeah, I mean they look good. They look good.
Stanley Cup playoffs have been good. Getting some good close games. Not like all the mess of blowouts we're getting in the NBA. What a freaking disaster that's been.
It really has been. I mean, we're on my early edge show. We're missing a bunch of props because guys are like,
they're just not playing in the fourth quarter.
Not even the third. Like the back end of the third, these guys are like not really playing. It's crazy.
Yeah, I could have been rich the other day if the Knicks played just any of the fourth quarter. It was bad. It was bad. I need OKC to die. I hate them. So, see, I'm with you now. I'm just fully on board. I hate them so much.
But why? SPJ, you guys would be happy to know, is right there. The three of you could be sitting here doing an anti-OKC show. What's the argument for the hatred?
Well, one, they're simply too fucking good, and then two, you can't like. I'll compare it to like when the Warriors were the Warriors, right? They were fun to watch at least. This team is so good, and they are miserable to watch. Absolutely miserable.
They're not that good.
They're pretty fucking good, dude.
They're good.
They're going to win the finals.
They're not Warriors good. They are manufacturing a style of play that is so like perfectly taking advantage of the officiating that it makes them look a little bit better than they are. Of course, they're the best team in the league, but they're not on a playing field talent-wise or like even coaching-wise of what we saw with Golden State, even before Kevin Durant, especially before Kevin Durant.
It's fair in that.
I mean, they were one of the best teams ever.
Golden State was a literal dynasty. Oklahoma City's in year 2. Let's have the conversation again in a few years when it comes to that kind of thing. I don't think people are out there comparing them to Golden State, other than maybe very early in the year when they just weren't losing and it was like, holy crap, they might challenge the wins record. But obviously things fell off. They dealt with a lot of injuries. They're still an effing wagon. I don't know who other than San Antonio is going to even put up a fight against this team.
Yeah, I need San Antonio to just somehow do that. But
Spurs are a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
They are
every other team in the league is more fun to watch than OKC, and OKC is the best team, which is unfortunate.
I took some heat on this on a show the other day. Like Minnesota doesn't entertain me. And I know the Timberwolves have been in back-to-back West Finals, and there's a pedigree there, and obviously Ant when he's right, crazy athlete and all that stuff. But like there were a couple people, maybe Danny Burke was one of the people that was rooting on Minnesota over San Antonio. The Spurs to me are infinitely more entertaining to watch than the Timberwolves. It's not even close. I want Minnesota fired off into the sun. I want that team done and gone.
Well, they probably will be.
Spurs' second team is as good as some of the play-in teams. Maybe not the complete like next 5, but they're all so good. That play that Vassell did, jumping in the air because he knew the shot, like just had the awareness to do it, and then to actually complete it, like execute it perfectly. That I don't think anybody's ever seen anything like that before.
I don't even know how you think to do that.
Right?
Like that's insane. That was cool.
SGA's flopping is, I know other people flop too.
It's everybody now, man. It's so fouls are ruining so many sports.
Haven't you heard Joel Embiid or Jaylen Brown talk about Joel Embiid lately?
Bro, first of all, and Joel Embiid to take a question about his own, about how good he did getting to the line and just turn it into Jalen Brunson, like getting fouls, which he had eight. He went to the line 8 times and had 35 points. Joel went to it like fucking 13 and had like 17 points. For him to just take a question that wasn't about Jalen Brunson, and he's such a loser. I hate Joel Embiid, dude. He's such a loser.
The thing about SGA, yeah, there's a lot of flopping. You know how back in the day people did like parody videos about LeBron, and they would just like, act, because LeBron does that stuff too. And there would be a parody video, and it would be like even like being more exaggerated, obviously, than the already exaggerated thing. That's what I see from SGA. Like, he's doing the parodied version of the flop in an actual game and largely getting rewarded for it. It's just such a bad brand of basketball. Nobody should like this team unless you are specifically an OKC fan. And Joe's bringing up Lou Dort. I've said this on this show, but probably 2 months ago. Like, this is a miserable team to root for. I'm so out. I want the Spurs to win very badly.
I've got a championship ticket on the Spurs, so that'd be fine with me.
Nice.
We know Adam Silver loves parity. Haven't seen a repeat winner as of yet during his tenure.
True. Nobody wants OKC back. Maybe they can rig that up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Got people in the chat. Stifler's Bing Boggin, Luke Littler out there. Spurs best to watch, says Jason. My Wolves aren't done yet, says Joe. On and on and on. Let me ask you guys about when did I talk about this with Sia? It came up when he hopped in the chat during our Any Given Wager the other day. FaceTimes or calls, fellas?
Oh yeah.
I am curious. I feel like this is a so most people are going to say like, well, neither, text. And I get it. That's where we are, like, as a generation. You're not allowed to answer that way, though. FaceTime or call?
That's very situation-based for me. I also, and if you want me to answer, call me. Because, like, I either answer a text instantaneously or I'll answer like 7 days later. Or not at all. I don't know. I like a good... Nah, actually, I don't like a good FaceTime, really. I don't like a good FaceTime. Yeah, give me a call.
That's who it's with, right?
Yeah, well, it depends, you got maybe you people out there have girlfriends or something. I feel like that might be cool. I don't know. Wouldn't know. Not you, see, you're too old. All right.
I don't think my wife and I have ever FaceTimed unless there was a kid involved. It was like,
reference what I just told Sia. Yeah, I know you're not FaceTiming your wife, okay? I know that.
The only reason to FaceTime would be to show the other person something. Like, sure, you are somewhere that is interesting, or you have something that is interesting that it would justify the FaceTime call. Outside of that, unless it's like a family member that you really feel the need to FaceTime with, I don't understand why you do it. But the telephone call, see, the thing about the telephone call is it's perfectly useless because now we have like audio text that we can send. Yeah. So unless you have some urgency to the phone call, which is a completely different situation, then you don't have to text. You don't have to sit there and text this long thing. You could just do an audio text, which most people appreciate it because they can listen to it in a place where it's not noisy or whatever, and they can audio text you back.
But then you're assuming someone is in position they can listen to your, like, a lot of the time people want to text because they can't listen to something. They can't hop on the phone, which an audio call is to a degree the same thing.
Yeah, but I got a lot to say. You know what I mean? Sometimes. So I love an audio message. That's my go-to. I'll send audio messages even on Instagram to people I've never even met before. I just got a lot to say. You know what I mean? And that's the way over calls. But so I'll say this though, every Wednesday, me and my buddies are in the one and done stuff. Sometimes we do a three-way FaceTime, because it feels real. We're getting after it. We're digging into some data, and it feels like we're kind of doing what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I get that.
Makes sense. That's cool. And that's easier. Like if we're doing it on a call, it doesn't feel the same.
See, I think doing what we do here, not specifically here, BNN, this show, but in this industry, has kind of wrecked FaceTiming for me. And maybe the whole Zoom, Google Meet thing has wrecked FaceTiming for me. Because generally speaking, like, I don't know about you guys, like, if I'm catching up with a buddy, it might be over the phone because, again, I'm an old, but it's not going to be like, let's hop in a Google Meet and just sit here and stare at each other and chat. Probably like that. Maybe if it's a group of people, we'll like do one of those Zoom things that, but not like a one-on-one. That's probably not going to happen. And I feel like there's a psychological component for me where, because we do this, like, I feel like I need to be like on. I feel like I need to be, looking and paying attention and locked in. Whereas the reality of the FaceTime is, depending again who you're talking to, it can still be a casual thing where you're just sitting down on the couch, you're watching a show, you're just holding the phone by your side, not even looking at it, but you're just hearing the person. You might occasionally look over, give a nod, give a wink, and then get back to doing what you're doing. But I can't be locked in on the FaceTime. It demands too much of me.
I've made my decision. If it is a multiple people, FaceTime's totally cool, maybe even cooler. If it is one solo person, that's weird. Don't do that. Unless it is somebody of the opposite gender, which then that allows it to be okay again. But then again, I've been on vacations with a bunch of people, and they're just FaceTiming their girlfriends like 24/7. I'm like, this is why I don't want to do that. That seems terrible.
They're bad examples of what.
Yeah.
Of where
I see
you
a lot of bad
examples.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know. This whole girlfriend thing is, you guys, I don't know how you people do it. Oh, Sanjay, deep. Oh, this guy's good.
Listen, Sia and I are married. We can't all have girlfriends. I know some people out there like to do both.
Yeah.
Maybe even take a boat ride. But you can't. Not everyone can do that. Not everyone can, thread that needle.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel got to step down now. No other choice.
Nah.
So does Drake May.
That's my coach. Jason in the chat says, can your next show be a Zoom meet? That introduces something kind of fun. Obviously not like the next show. It would take a little planning. But I think we should have a show that we publicize the Zoom link. Like, we put the Zoom link out on social media. And it's like, yeah, like we're going to host the show. I don't know if how we do the, like, turn everybody else's mic off or whatever, but we have like a live studio audience. Everybody can be involved. Maybe you raise your hand. You got a question.
Yeah, let a bunch of lunatics in there. I love that.
Yeah, a bunch of wild people. Like, we got more than 2,000 people watching with us live right now.
So
now picture that with all these faces hanging out.
This is interesting. So would they be muted as they're watching, and we could unmute them? Like, how does that actually work?
That's what I think. Yeah,
that's the plan.
Would we be able to broadcast it on YouTube?
I don't know how that all works.
Yeah, don't ask me technical questions.
That sounds like it would be tough to use two different platforms.
I'm an ideas man, Sia.
Yeah.
It's a fun idea.
Thank you.
I like it.
We should do that. Is SPJ Sanjay, working in the Costa Rican shadows? He can maybe tell us if we can do this.
So, yeah, we've got golf updates here. So I did want to ask, and Japan's saying that now Smalley is tied with Wallace. The problem is Wallace is on a par 5, and that's the par 5 that Smalley just birdied. So we have to, I'm assuming, because Wallace is in good position off the fairway, I think he's going to end up birding that hole.
Oh, you have somebody over Wallace as well? I have Denny over Wallace.
I have Smalley over Wallace, and I have Connors over Castillo.
Making people up.
How many bets is too many bets in golf?
It's no such
because Thorb, we have like 3 tournaments that we have outrights on, and we could have very easily had 6 with the Champions Tour, the LPGA, and Live Virginia, which you might have even bet. I have outrights across 3 tours, and I could have easily bet more.
Can I answer your question with a question?
Yes.
How much money you got left in your bankroll?
Yeah.
Because if you still got money available to you, then you can still place more golf bets.
Yeah. I don't bet a lot on my outrights like Thorb does. Like, it's not even a full unit total on my outrights for a given tournament. And I try to 7 to 10x my return. But Thorb, you've got to have a lot of money out there right now.
Yeah, man, a scary amount. Yeah. I also have 6 matchup bets just for the truest today, just because I was bored. But yeah, there's a lot of money floating around there. I only did the 3 tournaments. And then I realized, I was like, oh, the PGA Championships next week. I probably shouldn't go nuts this week. But I already have the PGA Championship all bet with an obscene amount of money that I did not realize I've been doing for the last 4 months. So, yeah, I have guys that I wouldn't even have considered, but I have full outrights on them for next week. So I don't know. I have like probably 14 guys bet next week that I had no idea that I bet. It's not good. They're all good numbers. They're good numbers, but
they're not Scotty, so they're going to lose.
Correct. But do future bets count as bets? Nah, I don't think so.
Yes.
I never factored in that money. That money's gone.
I think I understand the question.
Well, so for purposes of what,
like if you bet, like I've got to bet Scotty Scheffler to win a major this year. Mm-hmm. That would be a future bet. That doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Yeah, when did you place that? Like 2 months ago?
Yeah, probably. So I mean, again, it was for this year. Yeah,
it's irrelevant. That's gone. Yeah.
For purposes of what you and I do, Adam, with respect to like putting out official picks.
Yeah.
The future wouldn't necessarily count. In other words, yeah, it counts, but I wouldn't necessarily put that out if I hadn't already put it out earlier. Yeah. So I kind of see where Thorpe is coming from. Like, yeah, it counts as a bet to his bank account, but like if he's talking about, hey, who's going to win the PGA Championship, he might not like go back to a bet from like a year ago that he's not in love with anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think because I can't even give out. Well, it's unfortunate that our show's now like Thursday after the tournament's already started, because this is where I normally actually give my picks. But like I wouldn't even be able to give any of these out. these were so long ago, and the numbers are not even close. All I know is if Fitzpatrick wins the PGA Championship, I'm so fucking rich. I know that. I bet him. I thought I bet him twice. I bet him about 7 times at just different moments, different numbers, all good numbers. But good Lord, I bet him way more than I thought.
5 figures, right?
Yes.
Return, not invested.
Yes. Yeah, I don't even know how much invested. Yeah, because I got him at like 80, 70, 50, 33, 33 again, and I just kept doing it. And I didn't even know I was doing it. It's just natural. I see a number and I attack.
And so does that make you more excited, or does it irritate you that you just blindly kept betting a dude unaware that you had already done it X number of times?
Well, here's the thing, dude. If it's Sunday and he's like down, he's back 2 strokes, that's going to be the greatest sweat of all time. You know?
No, of course. Yeah. I mean, the outcome of the bet is going to determine it ultimately. But I mean, like right now, pre-tournament, are you excited that you've got that much exposure on the guy, or is it like, oh man, I wish I had dialed that back a bit?
Theoretically, he's probably the best guy to have exposure on currently. So that's good. But then again, but here's the thing, dude. If he misses the cut PGA Championship, bet didn't even count anyway. Those were placed so long ago. Doesn't matter.
The cool thing is when you have multiple bets, and sometimes I'll think to do this before a tournament, where I'll bet an outright twice, not because it's an accident, but because I want to have the ability to flirt with the cash out with one of them.
Ooh,
sure.
So I really like that idea, where especially if it's like a good amount of money potentially coming back, I don't need to worry about hedging the ticket if I can cash out one of them at a pretty good amount. I prefer hedging in general, but you don't need to if you have just the same outright ticket twice.
I have 13 guys. That's just
13 outrights.
That's ridiculous, man.
You want to just list them off?
How many people are in the field?
14.
I was gonna say 20. He's got 13 out of 20.
This will be interesting, though. I want to know the numbers that you got on some of these guys. So can you list them?
I might not have all the information on them. I have. All right, I'll run it down. Sure. Some are bad though. Some aren't good, but some are good. So I have Ludwig at 20. I don't know what he's at now. Rahm at 17.5. Xander at 22.5. Vic at 35. That seems bad now. Hatton at 50. Fitz at 80, 70, 54, and 33 twice.
Wow.
Why do I have Thomas Dietrich?
I don't even know he's got the bet.
Oh, man, that guy's so far from the field.
Low key playing good on live, dude. I'll say that. So I have Brooks at 40. That's probably shit. I have Adam Scott at 125. That seems good. There's no way he's that now. I have Ricky Fowler at 200. I have Keegan Bradley, man. What the fuck am I doing?
Keegan Bradley, wow.
Yeah, I have him. I have Fox at 200. I have Knapp at 200, which I thought was awesome, and now he's just not playing every tournament. And that is it. That is it. Yeah, I like some of them, but not all of them.
So a lot of those are dead, but the value that you have on Fitzpatrick, who was definitely one of the top 4 players well, I shouldn't say in the world because Rahm and Bryson factor in. That's still pretty great numbers.
Yeah, Fitz wins. I get 11.6K, which would be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. But dude, the amount of money I must have like on the PGA isn't because like each of these guys, I have it down to win at least 3K at least. So the amount of money on this is it's kind of crazy. So yeah, if none of those guys are just read off win next week, so something's gonna happen to my accounts where it's just like I don't know if it'll retroact to or like go to in like my pick. It'll be like, oh, this day you just lost $4,000, or it'll like retrograde back to fucking like 2 months ago, and then it'll count the losses back then. I don't know how that's gonna work. Because I keep trying to track like my months to see.
No, when it settles, it settles.
Yeah,
I don't know. Go all the way back to back then.
Because I think sometimes when I've won a golf bet or lost golf bets, it'll count as like a Thursday bet when like the tournament started.
I don't think it does that on Pickett. It may in the book, like specific to the. I know a lot of the time on like MGM, for instance, if you place a bet. Whenever it settles, you can't find it if you placed it a million years ago because it goes all the way back timing wise in order of slips based on when you placed them. That's where it settles it, and so it doesn't just like land at the top. But Pickett, I think, as stuff comes in, it comes in. Like I think that's just how it happens.
That's how I would like it to work. I don't know if it's worked like that in the past. Like, I have so many bets out all the time, dude. I don't know what's happening.
I had a Celtics to win the East bet, and that obviously didn't come through, and it settled, and I took the loss on that day.
On that day?
Maybe even the next day, but it certainly didn't go back to when I placed the bet.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, so then it'll be very funny to see my Sunday number come the PGA Championship.
Can't wait to hear.
There's no way it's positive. Even if I get a winner at this point, there's almost no. I have too many people. Well, a lot of them are each ways, I guess. So theoretically, if some of them plays. Oh boy. Okay. Should be fun. Go Fitz.
Yeah, Joe, right there with you. I know we're running short on time. We got a show coming up top of the hour here. And if you're listening on the podcast, that means nothing to you other than to tell you we have 6 or 7 minutes left. I got to go back to, something Jason said in the chat about the TMZ video with Vrabel and Rossini that has come out today, which if you missed it, apparently they chartered a boat together. The two of them went down in Nashville when she was 7 months pregnant or whatever. And so take with that what you will.
Yeah.
But Jason writes, how is Vrabel surrounded by investigative reporters? This goes on for 6 years with no one knowing. Come on. And so this has been a popular conversation in one of my text threads. And I think my big takeaway from all of this, and I'm not playing the morality police, and I certainly feel for the people that are involved, namely the families and all of that. Has nothing to do with my main point here. My main point is these videos and photos and all of these things are surfacing from 4, 5, 6 years ago that have just been sitting on people's phones, not seeing the light of day until finally a scandal arises and everybody just like rallies together and all of these things are coming out. Clearly, some people are looking for paydays and all of that, hence TMZ. But it's just amazing that this stuff existed in the first place and just sat dormant, like maybe to never see the light of day. And yet here it is. It speaks to the fact that, say what you want about the cesspool that is social media. Social media, I mean, this is evidence of what happens when everyone bands together. Like, how is there hunger in this world? How is homelessness a thing? It is effortless what people on social media do when they want to get to the bottom of something. Everyone gets to get like what else are these people guilty of? You're going to find out because somebody is going to unearth it. It's just, it's astounding to me. It's impressive, quite frankly.
Well, well, first of all, those two love each other, right? So now it's kind of a cute story, you know what I mean? Because you're not just banging a seven month pregnant chick on a boat unless you love her. You know what I mean? So now it's a beautiful story. Now it's a beautiful. See, but now the bad thing is they can't get back together once they both settle their divorces, which are incoming, I would imagine, because now there's too much heat. There's too much heat around it, but they clearly love each other. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. You agree?
But I mean, look, they seem, again, it goes back long enough that clearly there was a real relationship of some kind there.
Is it his kid? Yes or no?
TMZ hasn't told us yet.
Hey, I have a question. The boat thing, because I really haven't followed up on this story. The boat thing, is it just that we know through like business records they chartered it together, or no, there pictures of them?
There's video.
There's a scuba diver that was underneath the water, popped up, took the photos, went back down.
There's video of them. Like we could probably show it if not for the fact that you're running out of time.
Do you believe that they were having sex now?
There's video of them literally like walking down the dock and signing waivers, and she's pregnant, like very pregnant, and they're in public. Like
maybe he was just supporting like a water birth scenario. We don't know.
I mean. So the thing about like people sitting on pictures and stuff like that, I mean, she is an NFL reporter. He is an NFL head coach. Like there is the perception of like, oh, like they have a close relationship. She's getting news. So I'm not saying that the cheating didn't happen. I'm just saying like if you listen, if you had that picture, you wouldn't go to TMZ and be like, hey, look, Diana Rossini's talking to Mike Vrabel. You would, I mean, on a boat is a different story. That's kind of weird being pregnant and whatnot, but like just having pictures of them together wouldn't be like, oh, I got to get this out to TMZ. Yes, that's her job to talk to coaches.
On a boat, pregnant?
No, the boat thing is different. But I'm just saying all the other like unearthed things have like actual occupational reasons for them. Sure. So I'm just my point is you wouldn't need to be like running to TMZ if you saw a coach talking to a female reporter.
The chat, see it needs to see the sex tape or it ain't real.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. You guys, I'm just saying. Like, I'm actually responding. I'm responding to Adam's point, not whether or not they actually hooked up. I just don't think it's weird that people have stuff on their phones that otherwise might have seemed innocent at the time. The boat thing is obviously odd.
Well, it's good. It's just money stuff, I guess. Well, or also like these photos, maybe some kid with 48 followers could have probably posted something like a while ago, but before it became a story, no one gave a shit and no one probably saw it.
Well, I think it's possible that somebody, who knows who took the video, but it's possible that someone like big Titans fan, right, saw Mike Vrabel out in the wild and didn't even like maybe thought the woman was his wife. Didn't even know it was Diana Rossini.
Yeah, how would you know?
And then all of this happens and goes back, looks at the video, and it's like, look what I've stumbled upon.
Mm-hmm.
You think that what's he, 5? He's got Twitter, you think? He's probably going through a rough time if he does.
Who?
You know? The kid, Mike.
Oh,
Mike
little
Jr.
Mike.
Oh.
No, little Mike's
Mike
only
Jr.
4 or 5 years old. Yeah, I don't think Mike's hanging out on Twitter.
Nah.
Mike gets to read about all of this when he's older.
Yeah, good for him. It's a beautiful love story when you really think about it. When you break it down, you know what I mean. See, if you have an affair with a chick, right? Now picture this: Are you still committed? Are you going out on a boat with her while she's 7 months pregnant? You doing that?
So I thought that was more like, okay, we got to be in isolation to get our stories straight here. This has become like a bigger thing than we could have anticipated. I wouldn't have imagined that as like a hookup scenario, right? Like I know Thorpe, you just said
but
that.
This was like 5 years ago, right, or some shit.
This was right before little Mike was born. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying like, let's have a conversation in absolute isolation because this is some serious stuff. When I heard the story, that's what I thought initially. I didn't think
because they're in love and it's beautiful.
Yeah. That too.
Yeah. What a story.
The biopic of this in 5 years is going to do numbers.
I hope that kid grows up and looks fucking identical to Mike Vrabel.
Are the Patriots going to have even more haters than they already had because of this story, or is it not? Is that not a thing?
Nobody actually cares.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, ask Thorb that as a Patriots hater. Like this has nothing to do with football at all.
No, obviously, Mike Vrabel has to step down. Drake May has to be cut, and those are things that has to happen.
You have to cut Drake May. I mean,
to cut
even
Drake
if Vrabel keeps his job, you have
to cut Drake May.
Got to get rid of Drake May. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool, and it's a beautiful love story.
All right. Well, I guess we should go. There is another show after us. There are a couple shows actually still to come. I'll be back in an hour after I take a boat ride, and I will be on Off the Bump with Danny Burke. But coming up, I want to tell you it's Puckett. It's not Puckett. It's actually the afternoon Betspresso with the crew. So make sure you stick around for that. Boys, great to be a trio again. We missed you last week, Thorb.
Thanks, man.
You should start packing.
Hey, shut up, Sia.
Yes.
Don't make that sound.
It's an okay show today.
You should start
Last
packing.
week was great.
Last week was better, but this one was a show. All right, we're going to go. The three of us are going to hop on a FaceTime and standing by for Puckett. No, it's not Puckett. Betspresso is next. We'll see you. Bye.
Download the podcast. Follow the podcast.
Apple,
Spotify. No plays off right now. Now.
I bet Mike goes to the movies with Diana, Adam.
Yeah, he probably does because he
probably does because
Yeah.
he likes her.
It's a beautiful love story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
На мне запахи Том Форд, смесь ванили и табако. Трачу на семью, но не получаю зарплату. В кармане круглый налик, он хрустит, как будто тако. Просил, пел и не еду больше заклад. Просто дай мне мои стики, стипсы, близкие бастыки. Мы давно здесь наблюдаем головой, как на разминке. Просто дай мне мои стики, каждый сезон на стрики. Если делать ежедневно, кэш в любом разе настигнет. Мили, нам интересны мили. Хочу, чтоб было все здесь у людей с моей фамилией. Я каждый круг на дрили, мой стейк тут не на гриле. Меня волнуют цифры, сколько взяли, сколько влили. Про дела не по мобиле. Поднимайте эти копейки нахуй дос. Хочу, чтобы суммы были как приглас. Самый вышли губить майк людей, заебал гикос. Это кука седа гулу фандафака. Делать это до талова как надо. Нал хрустит, как тако. Пахнет плотно, пишь пропаку. Наливай на тебя палит мой Тарковский. Рядом братом чист лакость. Везде как будто бы дома, но помню, что залетел гость. Ноздри не буду скакать. Прайм перевернутый.
What's going on, chat? Another hour right here on the Betting News Network. Welcome to your afternoon Betspresso. Excited to have you here. That is my favorite Sook. He's the only Sook that I know, but he's my favorite Sook. That's Sook Brar, just Sook. My name's Sweatpan Jesus. Stoked to have you guys here for another hour right here on the channel. Hi, Stifler. How we doing? Apparently a dart sharp. Didn't know. Did you see this on the timeline, Sook?
Oh yeah, he DM'd me, and I
He
still
DM'd
didn't
you?
tail. I just still didn't tail.
Stifler, why are you not DMing me? What the hell, man?
Stifler DMs, I will say, are pretty funny.
See, I feel like you get loved more than I do in these situations, but that's okay.
No,
That's
that's impossible. That's impossible.
Don't worry about it, Big Doc.
Stifler just knows another misfit when he sees one, so
Yeah.
slides into the DMs.
It's probably sliding into other DMs too. I don't want to see what he says to V on the side, but it's okay. Excited to have you guys with us. Welcome to your afternoon Betspresso, brought to you by our sponsors at Lucky Rebel. We're going to talk a little bit about everything that we've seen yesterday in Hump Day action in the NBA and the NHL playoffs. We're obviously going to talk about the two games we have in the offs in the NBA tonight and the singular game we have in the NHL this evening. And we're going to go into a little bit of the diamond. The guys are going to talk about it live after us, directly following us off the bump, talking about the stuff they're going to see on the diamond. But we've got a play from our friends at Rhythm as well. So stick around for another hour right here on the channel. We're going to have some fun. I can't wait to talk some ball with you, dude. I love when you and I do the show individually, just the two of us. It's becoming more and more of a common theme, and I enjoy it. It's a fun time.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have the grossest parlay of all time today.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Also, do you remember, this is reminding me, there was like 2.5 years ago, chat, where Sook and I had to do a show together individually for the first time. And Sook and I we didn't know each other as well at that particular point. And you remember how nervous you were going into it?
Oh, for the first because chat, like some people that work on the channel, they went to journalism school. I went to my undergrad for law school, so I'm used to talking to people, but I'm not used to talking about my own opinions. It used to be talking about facts of law and philosophy of law. With SPJ, it's like I have to be authentically ourselves, and that can be hard for me sometimes. I just say a dick joke when I panic.
Watching you come out of your shell in this situation has just been one of the highlights of my life here at Betting News.
Well, thank you for dragging me out of my shell.
You're welcome, Big Dog. You're welcome. My pleasure. Chat, we're going to have some fun. We might have Gretzky Betsky stop by with us, so we'll see if Betsky joins us. It's probably a TBD, and I'm thinking that we might not have Betsky, but we'll see. It could be fun. Yeah. No, Bizney. I love doing shows with everybody on the channel. There is not a singular person I do not like spending an individual time with. Every single time is fun. It's always different. Everybody's different. It's the best vibes. It's how it goes.
And also, we've spent time doing really stupid shit in person together.
Yes.
So, like, it's a little different.
Kanika can give you guys a horror story from me of my experience in the McDonald's drive-thru, which I would rather not have live on this channel, but it's okay. I want your BK review, so I'll give you a second to kind of prepare yourself for that. Okay. So, chat, Mr. Brar will be giving you his review of going to Burger King yesterday. We will talk about our favorite plays, but the first thing I want to ask you, and since the guys just talked about it on No Plays Off, I want to get your thoughts on this. What is your takeaway right now of the current situation of the Mike Vrabel stuff? Like, I know you've probably seen it on the timeline. It's been a continual situation. My first and only real question, because we could spend the entire hour probably talking about it into different angles here. Do you think that Mike Vrabel will be the head coach of the Patriots week 1 of the NFL season?
No. Speaking of talking about our honest opinions, I don't know what happens, but in my opinion, you have disqualified yourself from becoming a coach because you need to be a fixed point. You need to be someone that everyone looks to when they're deep in the trenches, when people are using war metaphors for sports. Like, you need to be almost like a mythic figure on a football team. There's like 80 guys on the roster, and I just think that too many guys are going to be snickering in group chats. So there's going to be like, this said, and I think you retweeted it, but Smalls was the person that originally tweeted it, that they think that there's going to be one more big bomb that drops. And I like that. I think there is something else here. And I also think there's snakes in the grass, because with that whole Ime Udoka situation in Boston, it just seems like it's very cutthroat in Boston sports. And if you got a wandering eye, you might have a competitor within your organization that is going to go ahead and do a few leaky leaks to TMZ and whatnot.
It does seem, in comparison, and Thorpe just said this, that they probably weren't just messing around on the side. They had a relationship. So this was not just a situation of... Actually, did you see the TV show? Oh, man, I'm going to derail this a minute. It was with the guy... Oh, dude, I don't remember. It was based on a true story of a couple that had like a relationship outside of their relationship. I think it was in Texas. And it ended up going to trial, but they both had to kind of like basically hide their relationship on the side. Oh, it was like a drama. It was really good. It reminds me of that in a lot of ways, because they actually both really cared about each other, because the woman ended up killing the guy's wife. And because she ended up it's a long story, and I can't remember the name of the show, but it's giving me those vibes, because you're getting to see it from the perspective of both of the people that did the cheating as well. So you kind of have a little 80s? Bit of, yeah.
The show was Texas case Candy Montgomery.
Yeah, the show is new. It just came out a couple years in the last 18 months, I think. I just can't remember.
Love and Death with Elizabeth Olsen.
And then the guy was the guy, you'd recognize him too. It's very good, but it's giving me those vibes of like it seemed like they actually, because the Ime Udoka thing was just, he was banging somebody he wasn't supposed to bang. That wasn't like a long-term relationship situation. Like
they were both in relationships.
Yeah, it's the same as that, but this is rooted, dude. Like, this is like they loved each other, it seemed like. And yeah, it's crazy, man. So I don't know, dude. I don't know how he can be a head coach next year. That was my original thought too.
Yeah, dude. And like, everyone's talking about the yacht. Even Ronan's talking about that. The yacht is crazy, man. Rich people cheat different. Rent a floating house to fucking do this? Like, come on, man.
I forgot to text you this because it was in a different group chat for the guys from No Plays Off. But I've been on that, where those pictures were taken. I have been to that lake. I have been on that walkway. My aunt and uncle have a houseboat at that particular lake. So I have been exactly where those pictures were taken. Not in the water, but in the...
Yeah, but you weren't taking your aunt and uncle's boat to meet fucking married women. Were you?
No,
were you?
No,
Actually, wait, were you?
No. We don't have to keep going into this category. Yes, Bizney, indeed. Bizney, you got thoughts on this? Do you think Vrabel's going to be the head coach of the Pats next year? Chat, let us know. Do you guys think that Mike Vrabel's going to be the head coach of the New England Patriots next year, week 1?
I don't think they can get rid of him. Not after going to a Super Bowl. It doesn't. The NFL, like, we got people like punching their significant others and only getting a 2-game suspension. You know.
That's true.
So with the NFL's history on how they treat those type of scenarios, I think Vrabel is definitely the coach throughout at least the first half of the season.
Now, do you
the
think
results are there? They're going to ride it out.
If they're 500 midway through the season and the headlines are still
if
there,
that's the case. It's probably gone. Probably time's up with Vrabel on that.
Probably. Second point on this, and we don't have time to go deep into this, so and I'll throw this bomb on this situation for you guys to deal with. So good luck with this grenade, lads. Do you guys think that this would be different if Mike Vrabel was black?
In what way?
What does that even mean?
Do you think that this situation would be viewed like Ime Udoka didn't last, I don't know, 3 months after this type of story came out? Would we even be having these similar conversations about this?
My brain went to completely different things.
Oh. Suck, what are we doing, dude?
I was like, what?
Suck, come on, man.
Come on, man. Oh,
You're like, would this be different? I'm like, a little bit. It's a game of inches.
Okay, that's not what I meant.
And there's the dick joke.
There it is. Let's put a nice bow on that. Okay. Alrighty. Well,
Can't set me up like that.
I lobbed you the softball. I guess you caught it and threw it down for me. Appreciate you on that one. We will have Chef stop by at some point. Actually, so you mind sending him the link so he has it for the kiddos? Yeah, exactly. Beast McNeese, apparently. Thanks for being here, chat. Hope you guys are having a great Thursday out there. May the 7th. Enjoying the afternoon. We've got 2 massive games in the NBA tonight, so we've only got 1 game in the NHL, which is kind of disappointing. And it's kind of it's the shitty series. I don't like this Flyers. I don't like this Flyers. I can't even remember Canes. Thank you. I just hate both of these teams. I hate the Canes especially. Quack quack. Quack quack.
Stealing one.
What did you see last night in the NHL? You still kind of an honorary Ducks fan?
Yeah, I'm still an honorary Ducks fan because I just love how like Carlson is finally coming into his own 3 years into his career. Like finished, I think with like just south of 70 points. I think he's a guy that will flirt with 100 next year. And it's really cool to see that this team is like a very, very healthy mixture of like over 30 vets that have been places and then little young guys like sprinkled in, and like they had Zegras, but they traded him away. And it just seems like this is a fun team. And I might be super biased because once you take down Connor McDavid and put a frown on his face, I might just support you forever. So I don't know, but Austin's with me.
I mean, if you can't root for the Flames, you might as well root for the other teams that shit on Edmonton. So I
mean, I can't root for anyone right now besides the Thunder.
Oh,
both my teams are out. I was waiting to tell you that. I knew at some point on air I was going to remind you that both my teams are out now. So I am a Thunder fan. Vsauce texted me.
You're a Laker fan. What are you talking about? Both of your teams are out.
Now it's about who's winning. And it's the Thunder.
Chad, do you guys hear this? This is not fandom. This is picking the team. So you're just picking the team that you think is going to win now, and you're just going to follow them?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Fine. Whatever. All right. So we'll talk about the game tonight. Obviously, Lakers looking to possibly even the series out, or if the Thunder are going to take a stranglehold 2-0. Bigger storyline is probably the first game. Pistons looking to take a 2-0 lead in Detroit tonight, and the Cavs looking to stay alive. Not stay alive, but even the series out before they go to Cleveland. Mm-hmm. What do you think of last night? Knicks, obviously, I felt really good about taking the Sixers and the points. I was happy about that bet without Embiid. Ended up being relatively sweat-free. I thought that they kind of could have won that game down the stretch. They just couldn't hit a shot in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Knicks lose OG Anunoby. That news came out today that he's dealing with a grade something hamstring strain. It's not going to be out. It's more day to day at this point. But losing Anunoby at this point and what he means to the Knicks is a big deal. What was your takeaways from watching that Knicks getting the job done, but not as dominant fashion as game one?
Yeah, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm not gonna give my thoughts on this game. I watched it. I hate this Knicks team. I will continue to hate them, and I'll just take my 2 minutes on my soapbox to talk about the fact that the New York Knicks tried to get into Madonna and Sabrina Carpenter's Met Gala after party, and they were rejected at the door. I cannot imagine that you just got a playoff win. You are talking about Jalen Brunson's entire 5'11" ass being the king of New York, and you can't even get into Sabrina Carpenter's party. You can't even get through the door. You're not even just so far outside of being the king of New York. You're not even inside the elite of the Mecca of New York. It's pretty hilarious to see. And like, I just know that I'm sure they laughed about it, like knowing Cat, Hart, Brunson. They probably just had a good laugh. And I know they did go party somewhere else, but I have stronger thoughts about the other game. I do think that we are seeing Dylan Harper's ascension into being a very, very good player. He should be the starting point guard there, but they got Fox not knowing the trajectory of Dylan Harper, and that PA smacked game one. The PRA was very healthy game two, and you're seeing him grab 7 boards in that second game, just showing his versatility. And it's like, we all know Castle can grub on the glass, but Harper's showing the same thing with Kyrie level finishing ability. It's very interesting to see that the Spurs can beat you in a lot of ways. And I am very worried for the guard play of the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo going down. They have Terrence Shannon Jr. kind of playing that de facto point guard role. He's not really turning the ball over, but he's not creating any plays, so it's really tough. And Ant is still a sixth man. So what do you think about these two games? Like, do you think it's just cut and dry and we saw the 2 winners last night of the series overall?
No, I mean, I still have confidence that the Spurs are probably going to win this series. But I mean, they need. I said this earlier when I went on with Craig Mish on Sports Grid that I was expecting the Spurs to win this game pretty healthily. What's up, Hobie? Mm-hmm. So I'm not a surprise that they blew him out of the water. And I thought that Chris Finch's reaction after the game was exactly what a veteran head coach would say after a game like that. They punked us. They drubbed us. And we benched everybody in the fourth quarter. You know, you chalk it up and you lose and you move on and you go home. You got game one. So they got their dub on the road. Now all they got to do is hold serve, and then they're going to move on. I do think that I've been kind of disappointed with Wemby over the last couple of games. I thought that he responded pretty well yesterday and did look a lot better in comparison to game one. But as we discussed going into the playoffs, if this team wants to be a true championship contender, we're going to have to see Victor Wembanyama play consistent, high-level basketball for 30 minutes a night. And that's not something that we have never seen consistently in the NBA so far. We're going to find out if that's possible. And the Wolves are going to push this team to the limit. I think you're right. The Harper X factor is really playing a role. Fox was better. The other role players are all doing their part. But when Wemby is playing at a high level and he can do it for 27 to 30 minutes a night, again, this team is just so difficult to handle. But I think that the Wolves, man, I don't know. I have a feeling that they're going to win game 3. And then the pressure really starts to build on San Antonio in game 4 because they cannot go down 3-1 and have to go back to San Antonio and win a must-win in game 5. I think they need to grab one of these games on the road, maybe both. And I don't know. I just think that I feel like the series pendulum is going to swing from the perspective of momentum on who wins game 3 and who looks better in game 3. If the Wolves win game 3 and it's not in like crazy fashion, but they get the job done, then I think all the pressure turns to the Spurs to have to win game 4. And that's a tough place to be on the road. If the Spurs go out and look really good in game 3, then Minnesota goes, well, shit, now we have to win one of our game 4 at home. You see what I'm saying? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, they're just going to have to keep throwing haymakers at each other. But yeah. I'm a little bit of the other mind of, I do think that they stole the first game. They played very well. But I think now the adjustments are coming from the other end. I know people are saying that Pop was in the film room for the last game, and now they beat them they beat the brakes off of them. So I do think that we're going to see a lot of adjustments going forward. And that's kind of like weirdly why I love the playoffs. And I love that me and you both like prop bets more, because it's like we're not as smart as these coaches, and these coaches are going to make adjustments game to game, to rotations, to sets, to everything. That's like so hard to judge sometimes. So I actually just get excited to see what comes next.
We're going to see some adjustments tonight, most likely. Cavs have to be better if they want to try to even this out with the Pistons, obviously, in Detroit. And the Lakers, I'm very interested to talk to you about this game a little bit later, because Austin Reeves shot like shit in game one. Marcus Smart also did not shoot very well. The Lakers obviously ended up losing by 18. But I think that this is a game tonight where the Lakers, if they shoot better and play better, I think that they could maybe stick around a little bit. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. I'll give you my thoughts 10 seconds or a couple minutes, 30 seconds, whatever, on the Knicks game. I think that the Sixers, it's going to be really interesting to see if Joel comes back for game 3. And I said this, I tweeted this, and we've talked about this before on Sauce Team, and I think we both feel similarly. I think the Sixers are just as good, if not better, in longer stretches without Joel Embiid in the lineup, because the Sixers can play faster. They can play more pass and move basketball. It doesn't turn into just throw the ball down to Embiid on the block and kind of just run around. They can actually play a set offense. Maxey becomes the A1, and then everybody kind of just moves around that within the offense. Whereas when Embiid's on the court, it turns into we either get Embiid down low on the block, and then he gets doubled, and then you play out of that, or you put Embiid at the top of the key, and then you play like that little linchpin around him.
3 seconds for him to seal, then you
do something. Maxey runs around him, doesn't pass it to him. George does the same thing, and then he just goes and decides to shoot, or he gets fouled. I just think that it's one of those situations where, as a whole, they're harder to handle in longer stretches when they don't have Embiid on the court. They're obviously a great team with Embiid. They took down your Celtics, which you know. But like, I think in the series, if he's not healthy for game 3, I think they could win game 3 on the road. And then we're gonna find out who makes the right adjustments. Because the reason why the Sixers beat your Celtics last round was because of the adjustments that Nick Nurse made defensively, and also getting Embiid back offensively to kind of change the math. Maybe we see something similar from the Knicks. And if they don't have OG, I mean, that's huge, dude. He's been so good for them in the playoffs. He's been the reason why they've been clapping teams with how good he has been offensively, and also what he brings defensively. So if they don't have OG maybe for game 3, or if he misses longer time than that, and maybe some adjustments, I don't know, man. I think the Sixers could be frisky moving forward.
I get what you mean of like like it's almost like addition by subtraction with Embiid. Like it wouldn't have been against the Celtics, because I think our guard play and our speed does match up with Maxey and VJ a little bit. But at the end of the day, they have Cat on the other side. The big purr is still a big body, and he's not the greatest defender, but he's a good and willing help defender. He can get blocks over the back. And I do think that I see the vision of what you're saying, because it's like, if Embiid is not out there, then Cat is forced to just take pick and roll after pick and roll after pick and roll with guys that are just going to blow past him. So it's like almost like weirdly, it was better that Embiid played against the Celtics, but it's almost like it gets them a 1-up against the Knicks, because then Brunson is forced into so much action. Whereas we kind of saw they could put him onto Dyson Daniels last series, and he can just absolutely beat you on offense because he's resting on defense every possession. So like I said, I hate talking about this because Brunson's been so good, and he just makes everything.
I think that they shot 60% from the field in game 1. They didn't shoot as efficiently in game 2, but still got the job done shooting really well. Maybe that well doesn't dry up. Maybe that continues. But I just think that we saw Dominic Barlow playing minutes down the stretch over Andre Drummond because of what he was offering defensively, taking on those pick and rolls and everything like that. So I'm just going to be really interested to see in game 3 what Nick Nurse does. Does he roll with Drummond starting if Embiid's out, and then kind of bring Barlow on to have that kind of small ball 5 situation? Or do we have, because you have to deal, and now we're talking ball, but that's fine. You have to handle somehow, and I don't know, they're smarter basketball minds than we are. Nick Nurse has to handle the problem of Cat being a facilitator. The way that he's at the top of the key picking people apart is a problem for the Sixers right now. It was a problem for the Hawks in the last 3 games, which is why they got clapped, and it's rolled over into this series starting to. If Cat flirts with a triple-double every game, you're in big trouble, because that means that he's picking the defense apart, and that's making Brunson's life easier offensively too. So I think that's the first thing that they're going to be working on, and I don't really know how you handle that. Like maybe it's because maybe that's why you play Barlow, because then he's a little bit more of an aggressive in-your-face defender. Maybe I saw they were putting PG on him at stretches too because of what he does. He's the best, like, I guess, individual defender the Sixers have. That would be my takeaway of, like, if I'm a head coach, if I'm Nick Nurse, we just got to make sure that Cat doesn't have 6 to 7 assists. Maybe we just let Cat. Maybe we turn Cat into a scorer, and maybe we can beat them that way. I don't know. What do you think?
That's the problem. I love that you're talking about this because this is what I mean. But, like, I would love to see what comes next. Cat is so big that literally he holds the ball high, lets the action happen. He sees over his defender and then just passes it. And it's just simple, and he's got a good vision for it. And at the end of the day, if you play off of him, he's the self-proclaimed best shooting big in the whole league. So he's going to start hitting threes. And then I know that he kind of looks like he lumbers out there and he's not the most fleet of foot, but God damn, when he puts that ball on the deck, 2 hard dribbles, he can get to the rim. So I love that you're bringing that up, that, like, the Cat facilitating has, like, almost opened up the best parts of his game, because now he's flirting with triple doubles, but, like, we still know he's known for his scoring, his shooting, his offense. Obviously, he's always been a good passer, but it seems like Mike Brown has unlocked a new layer for that offense. And when you have guys like Josh Hart and Brunson that are just experts at getting around screens, and they're so elusive playing that on every offensive set, it's just, I hate watching it. And I don't want to talk about the Knicks anymore. I hate this so much.
We can move on. Hovey, that was all for you. We just talked nicely about your team for a little while and what the Sixers are going to have to do to mitigate that, to climb back into this series. But let's turn the page to today. 2 games in the NBA, obviously. 1 game in the NHL. But let's go dancing with our friends at Rhythm. Got a play for you guys on the diamond to get you rocking and rolling. The guys will be live directly after us for Off the Bump, talking about their favorite plays. We got the smack and play of the day, getting some seeds and stuff. But so the models helped us out. Again, maybe not the models that we want to talk to specifically, but the models that we needed to talk to find out the plays on the diamond. Let's get to it.
This is the rhythm of my life. My life. Oh, yeah. I know you want to say it. This is the rhythm of my life. This is the rhythm of my life.
All right, chat. Last game of the night. Let's take some runs. The Cardinals taking on the Padres on the West Coast this evening. Over 8 runs. You can find it over 8.5 if you don't want to pay the price, but you get a nice flat number there at -103 at most places for runs tonight. You got Michael King on the bump for the Padres, and I'm pretty sure you have Liberatore on the bump for the Cardinals. Neither one of these pitchers really move the needle at all. You guys know the deal. I'm not really super dive deep into the baseball as of yet, but I'm expecting both of these lineups to get the job done. We get over 8. The model loves this play as well, expecting 9+ runs in this spot for a little late night tuck us in piece. So if you're going to tell me that I can bet runs, and if the model likes it, what else do you need? Over 8 from our friends at Rhythm. You guys can get involved with Rhythm with the promo code VIBES25 on the screen right there. You guys know the deal. Pay for tools, not picks, especially when they come from models. Close the other tab, come back to this tab, Vibes25, 25% off for everything that Rhythm has and so much more. Bing, bong, bang. Runs.
And
runs.
Don't pay for models. It's illegal in most states.
Do not pay for models. Do not. No. You didn't learn anything else watching this show for the last 30 minutes or for the next 30 minutes. That's the one thing you should take away. Yes, ball knowledge indeed. Once again, over. I know that the guys will be talking more baseball. You guys can stick around and ask Adam and Danny what they like on the diamond, and if they like the fact that the Rhythm model likes the over in the last game of the night. Yes,
I'm leaving that one down there.
Got to stay in the shadows on that one. That makes sense though. Vibes25. Use our promo code. Get involved with our friends at Rhythm. You guys know the deal. Over. Cardinals, Padres. Over 8.
I am so not looking forward to when it's just baseball. I am so glad the big 3 is coming back. Now more books have the big 3. I've seen a few books already talk about the fact that they'll carry it. So I still have basketball.
The WNBA starts this week as well, which I'm very excited about.
The 9th,
WNBA tomorrow. First games of the WNBA season begin tomorrow We will have the dub returning. I know a lot of you guys in the chat love the WNBA, betting the WNBA with us on the show. And also we have the dub, our show, talking about the WNBA. And we have a huge surprise for who's going to be co-hosting the dub with me this season. We'll be back next week for the dub. It's probably going to be on Sundays, as the WNBA slates are nice on Sunday. So you'll have Saucy Sundays, kick off your Sunday, and then the dub directly after that to give you the moves, or the other way around. We haven't figured it out, but we will have the dub, and the dub starts. W to the dub. Padge knows the vibes.
Miss Padge saying that.
Dub the dub, baby. Dub the dub. We'll be back starting tomorrow, though. So I'll have some plays on Sauce Team to give you guys on the start of the WNBA season. I'm excited for it kicking off. But there you go, Austin. Austin knows the vibes. He already sent me this like 2 days ago, and then he was asking me about the dub coming back, which we'd love to see it. All right, so I have a play in the NHL. So do I, Beast McNeese. So do I. Do you like the fact that she's red-haired this season? She's fully embracing her not Rogue. Jane, who was from Marvel, the one that like ends up like destroying the world.
Jean Grey?
Jean Grey, thank you. She's embracing her Jean Grey vibes.
You always got to expose what a nerd I am every other show.
Well, I'm leaning into the fact that you would know this more than anything else. And I know a little bit about it too. But I saw it on the timeline and I was like, she seems like the type of woman that's petty enough to do this and want to do this. I'm excited to see it take full fruition this season. But anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here's my... Oh man, that's funny. All right, let's Phoenix, ma. Yeah, exactly. Shout out, Bam. All right, I'll give you my play in the NHL. Do you got any plays on the ice in the singular?
No, you know me. I just enjoy the Canadian pastime. I don't like to waste my coin on it.
Fair enough. I'll give you a play on the... See, again, I haven't bet this series at all yet. So this is the first time I will be diving in. Had to have a play on the ice for you guys tonight. And I feel pretty good about it. I like this play. I've been doing these like parlays, so of like picking like either the two best players on either team or players that I like to get a point that's really juiced and parlaying them together to get to like plus 100.
Stapling them, as Betsky would say. I've been watching.
Betsky knows the vibes. Yeah, stapling them. And it's been working really well. It cashed in the first period in the Wild and the Avs game 2. That was great. I was excited to bet that again tonight, but apparently they're playing on Saturday. I don't know why there's so many gaps in that game or that series. But anyway, I haven't done anything in this series yet. I couldn't find anything on the Flyer side that I like just because they're such a hard team to bet. And I just think that Canes are probably going to win this game, but there's no value. I don't want to take the puck line back against the wall. Maybe the Flyers come out and do some stuff. So I'm going to take one guy for a point. Give me Jackson Blake for a point, minus 115. He plays for the Canes. He's on the second line. He's going to probably continue to reap the benefits of Logan Stankoven being really hot in the playoffs. He's had 2 points in back-to-back games to start this series, so 2 of them. If you want to take his assist for plus 150, he's had an assist in both of the games as well. He's also had points in 4 straight games against the Flyers. He's on the second power play unit with Stankoven, with Ehlers. I just think that this Canes offense is going to keep ripping, keep rolling. And Jackson Blake's going to keep being one of the beneficiaries. A lot of the other guys are too juiced for me to want to take. Aho, Svechnikov, those guys. Mm-hmm. I like Taylor Hall as well for a point. That was minus 105. He's had points in back-to-back games in this series. You could take that if you want to beat out. I'm a little scared by the fact that maybe the Flyers come out and really push them because there has been an overtime game in this series so far. I don't want anything on the side. The totals hit in both games too, under 5.5. We're due for a game where they score some goals, but I don't want to invest in it because, again, the Carolina defense is no joke. So, yeah, just give me Blake for a point. This is not my most confident. I just wanted some action in this game, and I feel pretty decent about it. I don't know if Shags gave you guys some stuff on the morning spread earlier today. I know he's been diving in. Did he bet anything in this game, Sook?
He did. I don't know. Oh, man, now you're going to make me try to remember. My recall is so bad. No, he did not take anything in the hockey game. He almost stapled the Canes with the Pistons, but then he went with the Pistons minus 3.5 straight up. So he decided on that. See, I got there.
You made it. You got back to us. That's fine. Okay.
I was so hungover this morning after the concert, bro. Like, I literally chugged so much water before I woke up at 7:30 and just drenched my body. Hyperhidrosis.
Just but the internal version, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way. Sometimes you wish sometimes that you could just like properly do that to your body, especially after a night of just
you take 2 A&W glass mugs and you fill them with cold water and you go into the shower and you run a hot shower as you chug the 2 cold glass. Okay, I did. Okay. Never mind.
I'm sorry, what? I'm gonna let you do this. What concert?
Garn Aujla, Punjabi singer. Sold out the dome last night, was very, very electric. Please do not do that. I realized what was happening halfway through.
Ronan.
No, Ronan. No.
It's too late, bro. It's too late.
Goodness. I'm going
that's...
back in my shell.
No, stay out with us. It's fun out here. It's fun out here. Yeah, recreating the super bad scene, indeed. You want to answer this from Stifler?
Oh yeah, yes.
Oh yeah,
huge community. Yes.
You should have seen me in hanging out in Calgary, Stifler. It was fun.
Oh my god! Real quick, my funniest, like SPJ had just landed. He missed like the first like 1.5 events. Landed, met him in the parking lot, said what's up with him, got him a change of clothes. Right away, this man was like, he saw the dance floor was already bumping. So we put a champagne in him, we put a drink in him. Then he was like, can we go to the dance floor? We took him to the dance floor. He starts dancing with V because V hadn't seen him yet. They're smiling. And there's like a group of brown guys right next to me. And they all just go, holy fuck, that's Jesus. And I really laughed so hard to myself. I'm like, he literally goes by Jesus. That is so funny.
That was actually, and I still had long hair, so it made sense.
Oh man, the longest. It was all the way down there back then.
Oh yeah. I found an Atlanta Flames hat online. Did Calgary buy them or just a coincidence? Do you know the backstory here?
Yeah, so we actually got the team after the Atlanta Flames moved on. They got the Thrashers in the end that ended up becoming the Jets, but that's why we're the Calgary Flames, because of the historic fire that happened in Atlanta that nearly burned down the city. So they were called the Atlanta Flames. And then so as homage, what we do is our Flaming A, that's for the assistant captains. That's actually the original Atlanta logo.
Mm-hmm. See, these are the things that you learn, chat, when Sook is out of his shell, which we love to see. I'm buying the hat now. Let's go.
yeah, proper. You got to get it. It's dope. It is
Let's
dope.
Go. Let's go, Patch.
Today I learned.
Today I learned, indeed. Yeah, chat, let us know. What did you learn today? You learned a lot about Mike Vrabel, but we won't go down that road again. Okay, let's finish off the show. We got about 20 minutes before we pass it off the bump. The guys will be live again talking baseball. We will do the parlay. Also, reminder, chat, we're doing a giveaway today. I don't know if I told you at the beginning of the show, but we're doing a giveaway today, and it's not because we hit a lay. It's not for any other reason. I was just in a good mood today, and I wanted to give away something to the chat. And Sook hates it when I do that because then he has to run the duckies. But he loves me most of the time, so that's okay. We're giving away one of these Betspresso hats to one of you beauties in the chat. It's really nice. It is very, very embroidered and very cool. Our friend Drip Too Easy got one. He loved it. Hope you guys want to get involved with it. Come and join us on Twitch if you're not. Twitch.tv/betting news. That is how you enter to win. If you're watching us on YouTube or X, though, hey, thanks for being here. You just won't get entered into the giveaway. So if you want to win a hat, come and hang out with us on Twitch for the last 20, and then we'll get you into the giveaway.
Chat is undefeated right now, but I'm going to leave it all in the shadows.
Costa Rican, love to see it. Hi, Gerald. What's up? I'm literally wearing this. Is it just because I'm getting tanner? Is that what it is? I'm going to come on the show speaking Spanish soon, huh?
Have you been soaking a lot of sun, a lot of beach time yet, or no?
Oh yeah. I mean, I get my morning work done. It's weird being basically on the same time zone as you because I'm on mountain time down here. So like I wake up in the morning at 7:30 and it's already almost 10 on the East Coast. So I'm a little behind. Got to kind of catch up with the morning stuff, make sure everything's rolling, do my labbing. And then what I do is kind of get to the point where everything's comfortable for the early afternoon, walk to the beach and spend like an hour getting some sun. And then, no, I haven't seen him. I'm not in Cancun, Beast. Sorry. And then I'll come back and finish and get ready for the shows where I'm at right now. So yes, I've been spending a lot of time in the sun. It's been awesome. It's rainy season though, so it's cloudy, but you still, because you're so close to the equator, you still get a lot of sun even when it's cloudy. And that's usually when you can burn a lot more because you don't feel it as much. So that's when a lot of people will see. There's another TIL chat. There you go.
Oh, I was going to give you one too. Did you know Calgary is one of the top 10 most sunniest places on the entire planet? We are cold, but we get more days of sun than some of the places you would consider to be sunshine places.
Sunny guys. I'm just happy that I have good service and that you can see me and hear me. That's all that matters.
Oh, every time you say you had good service, I clench a little bit because I'm scared you're going to jinx it.
Knocking on the wood. It's okay.
Did you know Vancouver's never moved up in the lottery draft?
What do you think it was rigged? The Leafs getting the number 1 pick?
Oh, it is so rigged. Chakia's taking interview after interview after interview. Elliot Friedman was putting his feet to the fire, and this guy is not answering questions. I don't know if you watch any interview with the new Toronto GM, he does not know how to answer a fucking question. They asked him point blank why he was having illegal workouts outside of the draft combine and outside of traditional avenues. And he was just like, yeah, we were trying to keep hockey in Arizona. Like, no, bro. Answer the question, you dorkopotamus.
You just called him a dorkopotamus.
You think Matthews leaves now? You think they go rebuild?
No, I think they're probably just going to try to get McDavid or somebody else to partner with Matthews.
Oh, don't say it, Athletic.
We talked about, Betsky and I had a decent conversation about this on Tuesday, kind of the first half of Puckett, talking about what could happen in the offseason. New word unlocked. Yeah, that got me real good. Costa Rica, for the next month. Until the end of May, you will see me down here. Okay, let's talk basketball. Chef will be joining us momentarily to finish out the show for a few minutes. As you guys know, he'll come love us and leave us. Can't wait to pick your brain about both of these games because I know you got thoughts. I got thoughts too. Pistons taking on the Cavs. Detroit looking to take a 2-0 lead in the series. Pretty substantially handled game 1. It was close down the stretch, but they got the job done, winning by almost 10 or winning by 10. Cade was good. Duren was fine. Tobias Harris continued being fantastic in game 1. The bigger story was James Harden and Donovan Mitchell were both not very good in game 1, and it led to them losing. Thoughts going into this one? I have a prop, only one in this game, but there's other. Actually, that's a lie. I have 2 plays that I like in this one. But what do you like in this game?
I like a prop, and I like it because of the price. But I do think just like overall thoughts on this series, we do need to see the Cavaliers make a legit swing at this. Like, you traded for James Harden, you have a top pick, you have a guy that's considered a superstar, and now at 29 years old, it seems like, what is Mitchell's ceiling? Is he a 1A guy? What's going on here? His points line is 24.5. He hasn't really been hitting it. It just makes no sense. And somehow all of a sudden, the defense of the backcourt of the Cavaliers, which was the problem with Garland, has become a problem all over again when you see a guy like James Harden getting cooked one-on-one by an equally old Tobias Harris. So it just seems like the Pistons struggled to open up the playoffs, but now they seem like they're kind of in their groove. And I do think, like chat is saying, I do think that Jalen Duren finally has his groove. 2 good games. Yeah, he didn't have the best field goal percentage last game, but I do think he's just been figuring it out. And I do think that also another guy like Jared Allen will have his say before this series is over too. Struggled with the foul trouble last game, but same thing we said to open the show. We're going to see a response here. I don't know what that response is, but the play that I like in this game and the play that I took in this game is hoping for a response.
Yeah, so you've bet one of the superstars, but in a little bit of a different way. Shags took the Pistons on the spread earlier today. I lean with the Pistons winning this basketball game, but if I had to choose, I'd probably take the Cavs and the points on the other side. But I ain't touching either side here, dude. I don't feel comfortable taking either side. I don't even feel comfortable putting Pistons money line in a parlay because the Cavs have to play. They got to come out with a little bit of desperation tonight. I really don't think they want to go down 2-0 and have to go home and win both games at home to kind of like hold serve again. You know what I'm saying? They saw what happened with Toronto, and I don't think they want to do the same thing again with this Pistons team. So is it probably the right side? Yes. I don't feel comfortable taking it, though. I'll talk about the Harden play. I like Harden's RA. took it last night, minus 115. It's at minus 120, minus 125 in most places tonight. This hit in game 1. But as Chad is saying, he was terrible turning the basketball over, 7 turnovers. Donovan Mitchell had 3, and Dennis Schroeder had 4. So as a backcourt combination, they had 14 turnovers in this game against the Pistons, which led to the Pistons getting a lot of runaway, breakaway dunks. And if you let this team that does struggle offensively sometimes get a lot of free buckets, Sook, that's a recipe to lose, especially on the road. I think Harden's going to be better with the basketball tonight. I do think that this still has an opportunity to flirt with the triple-double. He had 8 boards in the last game as well on 10 rebounding opportunities. He had 7 assists on 14 potentials. So he hit this line last game. I think that we're going to see something similar again tonight. So I think the 11.5 RA feels very comfortable. If you want to take the points roped in and take the PRA, you can, because I do think he's going to be better shooting the basketball as well. I just feel like this line's too low. Maybe sprinkle the triple-double if you're feeling frisky. 7 or 7. Even if you want to go the 8 ball, take the 8 and 8. But I think this 11.5 line is just too low. And I'm expecting James Harden and Donovan Mitchell to play better in this game. And maybe that means the Cavs get the job done. But don't feel comfortable that way. I just think that both guys are going to be better in this game.
Yeah, I love the Harden look too, because he's only been to 4 conference finals. He's desperate for a championship. And at the end of the day, he is 36. So how many more swings are you going to get at bat? Like, it's not going to happen. And at the end of the day, the trade that they made for you, they're already going to be a luxury tax team sneaking into that second apron. So, like, how long are you going to be on the Cavaliers? Who knows if you're even going to be on them next year? James Harden, we know well enough as anyone, like, he moves along very fast. So I do think that he comes out hard tonight, and he has to come out and play like the James Harden that we know. And yeah, I'm ignoring that. The double-double is probably on the board too, but I'm going with Donovan Mitchell. And chat, don't tail this. I'm taking this completely out of speculation. Mitchell needs to be better on the defensive end. And at the end of the day, the Detroit Pistons need to have a dose of their own medicine. Yeah, they're first in stocks in the entire league, but they're also bottom third in giving both steals and blocks up. Donovan Mitchell, you're an undersized guard. You need to get into the passing lanes today. You need to be active. That's another way you can unlock your offense, because Detroit has a fantastic fast break offense, but you need to make them uncomfortable. They're not a good shooting team. You have guys that are not going to step into shots, and you're just letting them catch the basketball. I think you need to start playing a little bit more into the passing lanes. Bust up Azur Thompson shit 30 feet from the basket. This team turns the ball over a lot. They get blocked a lot. They get stolen against a lot. That's what we saw when Cade went down with the lung. They didn't even have a guy that could dribble the basketball long enough to keep them in games. So I do think Donovan Mitchell, if you're going back to playing the guy that was on the Jazz scoring 50 in the playoffs, a guy that was considered a 1A guy, you need to first do it on the defensive end. And there's something telling me that this is a prop that's going to hit today. But chat, like I said, tail with caution is just something I put a unit on, because he's been talking about ways that he can get involved in the game, and he's not about to grow 5 inches. So he might as well get into some passing lanes. Oh my God, SPJ. I'm just going to stop talking today. It's a game of inches, boys.
Kept going.
I pulled a V and just derailed myself just from your eyebrow raise.
I got big eyebrows. That's probably why. Chat, is there another sports show and another sports betting show that gives you more plays on the daily and starts off the sell job by saying, don't tail this. Do not tail this. We are at least honest with you, and then you guys can totally then decide whether or not you want to tail it. If anything, a lot of the plays that we say don't tail you, we end up making you want to tail, and then the ones we really like, you end up fading. It's funny how that works, isn't it? And then I'll just leave the rest of the stuff in chat because they are telling you how they feel about all that. No, I like it, dude. It makes a bunch of sense. But again, him and Harden are gonna have to be better. Otherwise, could be short series in the office. You know. Let's go, Austin. I know what you meant. We always fail / tail. We fail or live together. That's how it goes. I'm going to get one more play from me, and then we'll move and we'll spend the last 10 minutes talking about the game out west, or I guess Midwest in Oklahoma City. Not starting. So I guess they're continuing to kind of bring him off the bench as the first player off the bench or the second player off the bench, but was really good in game 1 and was really good to finish off the last series against the Raptors. Give me Strus. Hairline might be sus, but he's been putting the ball in the bucket. 15.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I got minus 120 earlier today. It's up to 16.5 in most places now. I'd still take it there. He scored 19 points last game, Sook. And this has been a trend against this Pistons team. Didn't play them this season. Actually, obviously just played them, but he didn't play them this season. But dating back to how he did against them last year, 15.6 boards and 2 assists. And then he had 10, 8, and 2 against them as well. PA looks nice. I like the rebounding, though. Don't take out the rebounding, Mr. Bowling. I feel like you can add that in there, too. He had a really good rebounding game as well, 5 boards. I just think that they're going to eventually, like Dean Wade is technically starting, Sook, but you know who's going to close out this game. I just feel like that Strus is the better option. Sam Merrill, what does Sam Merrill do? Like, is Sam, like, I know he shoots, but he doesn't do it well enough, Mr. Bowling. Like, I feel like you and I would be a better addition to a team than Sam Merrill at this point. No. I don't know, man. He just does, every time I put coin on this guy, I just watch him and I go, is he really an NBA basketball player? I'd rather have Kyle Anderson on my team than Sam Merrill.
Sam Merrill, if you're out west, you play Utah 4 times a year, you might want him on the roster.
Sure, but you don't play Utah's 82 games. Anyway, he gives moral support. Exactly. You know who. Exactly.
Merrill support.
You know ball. All right, let's talk about the last game.
Sorry, I did have one last play in this one.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I do think, and wink, wink, Jalen Duren, the line is 3 for assists. It's plus 135. That will definitely be in stuff for me. But I do think Jalen Duren has kind of turned a corner here, hopefully. So I went with his RA once again. Smacked last 2 games. Before that, don't look up how many times it missed. But I do think that how bad he's been in the playoffs is just a young player figuring it out. At home today, the scorer's table will give him an extra assist here and there. And just to highlight this, because I think it's actually very interesting, because it's true, because he's so young. At home, SPJ, he averages 11.4 boards per game, while on the road he only averages 9.7. And at home, he scores a full 2 points more than he does on the road. So this is a young guy that loves to play in Motor City, loves to play against the home faithful. So I'm just going to go back with the RA. I've been very wary about it all playoffs. I was off it for a long time, but oh my God, I was about to say something really out of pocket again. I need to just stop talking.
Just stop.
I'm just going to type my plays in chat.
Let's just move on to the other. I like this. I almost took the boards again, but the RA makes a lot of sense. Nothing wrong with taking some Duren stock. Mm-hmm. Okay. Second game, and we'll bring up our special guest in a second who's joining us for a few minutes. Thunder looking to make it 2-0 as the defending champs. Possibly, maybe they're kind of looking at the broom. Like they see it over there, and they're like, oh, hey, old friend, maybe we need you again. We'll see, though. See if the Lakers have something to say about it tonight. 15.5-point favorites are the Thunder. 210.5-point total.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way now. It's like the Green Goblin mask. Going straight back to it. Give me the Lake Show, plus 15.5. Didn't cover last game. Lost by 18. And Austin Reeves forgot what a basketball was. 3 of 16 from the field was terrible. Marcus Smart also was not very good shooting the basketball. LeBron was great. So I'll get to that in a minute. I just think that the Lakers stick around here and keep this within 10 to 15. If I lose this bet again, then I'm probably not going to touch it once again the rest of the series. But I just think that I'm getting my lick back here. I think they should have covered last game, and I think that they covered tonight. Hopefully this game stays relatively close. Jerry's going the other way. That's cool. I'm down to go with you. I know you probably feel differently about the Lakers / Thunder / what I'm taking here, but what do you like in this game? Oh, there he is.
Don't do it, SPJ. I'm not on the court. They can't do it without me. LeBron is a bajillion years old, and SGA is Michael Jordan incarnate. Don't do it.
I liked it better when you were saying stupid shit and putting your comments in chat.
Before we bring Chef up, I'll just quickly go through my play because It's very weird. But Jake LaRavia over 7.5 PRA. I'm sure the line has moved. I got this just in the early afternoon. We are seeing injuries on the Lakers side, and I think this PRA is low enough that I think it works because they did acquire Kennard, but before that, Jake was playing healthy rotational minutes, and I do think he gives Coach JJ Redick a lot of different looks because I think threes are in play as well. And I know everyone's going to be overreacting to how many threes Hachimura has been hitting the last few games. So 7.5 PRA felt very, very comfortable for me because the raw numbers are great. He's actually hit in 5 of the last 7 head-to-head against the Thunder, just missing the last game and the first game of those 7. And then just on the road overall, he's hit this line in 15 of his last 19 road games with a healthy median of 11. So give me Jake LaRavia over 7.5 PRA. Been betting him all season. 3 assists, wink, wink. But let's talk something else.
Can I be honest with you?
Mm-hmm.
I love the way you play, like you bet stuff. But I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Watching Jake LaRavia last game, I fucking hate this play. Jake LaRavia looked like he was so bad last game. Like, get him off the court. Put Bronny out there. He was terrible, dude. He was a awful addition to the Lakers rotation in the last game. So, I mean, Godspeed to you. I hope you cash. It's probably easy money. But I ain't putting a cent on this dude because he was awful last game. Awful.
I definitely see what you're saying, and that makes sense. Because I do think that also if they do go big, I think that you can easily just take Jackson Hayes, 9.5 PRA. I think that's a very comfortable spot too. But I'm of the other mind of like, no matter how bad he looked last game, I still think he's better than Dalton Connect and Bronny James.
He's better than Dalton Connect. I mean, I feel like Bronny might offer a little bit more defensively at this point. But hey, what do I know?
Snag the Bronny PRA right before the game. I'll show the drop it right before.
Probably. I saw you type this in chat, and I was like, I can't wait to roast Jake LaRavia. He was fucking terrible last game, man.
All right.
It's funny that Alex has all these white guy lookalikes. He kind of looks like Jake LaRavia with a stash.
Bro, oh my God.
Bro.
He also kind of looks like Crusoe with hair.
When you just generic white guying him now, like every white guy he just looks like randomly.
I look like SPJ too, huh?
Currently.
Hey, if SPJ is shaved,
I can show you some pictures.
Go down to some peach fuzz on your chin and like a little baby stash.
I'll come back to America as a single man. I'm not doing that.
It's worth
it. Debatable. I got 2 plays, and then we'll bring up Chef to close out the show, give us his thoughts in the NBA tonight. First one, nice and easy. Play the song, cue it up. If you think the Lakers are sticking around, over 20.5 points for the King at this point just feels disrespectful. 27. Let's go. All right, Bron. Getting over 20.5 points. The other one, I really like this, Sook. I told you guys to bet this with me last game, except I told you not to bet it. Chat, don't bet this again. But it's probably hitting again. DeAndre Ayton, 9+ rebounds. They only bumped it up 1 line, and I love it. He had 12 in the last game. If they're going to do anything down low, DeAndre Ayton's going to have to flirt with a double-double/get one. You can get the double-double line at a plus money value if you want to take that too. He's been pretty good scoring the basketball as well. Also, no Jared Vanderbilt after that gruesome finger injury in the last game. He's probably not going to be out there. He's definitely not going to be out there tonight, so they're going to need Ayton to be even better on the glass, and I think that he can get 10+ once again. So give me 9 over 8.5 DeAndre Ayton rebounds. And then I like the Lakers. I can't wait to cry myself to sleep. It's going to be great. All right, Chef, you ready to come up here and finish out the show with us? He's ready. He's got the thumb. Hello, Mr. T.
What's up, goats?
Hey, buddy. How you doing? In the kitchen.
Good, how are you?
See? Very good. Very good.
Glad now that the Celtics are eliminated, you're just dressed in green?
Yeah. It's for the vibes. Somebody's got to be wearing green, you know?
Absolutely.
Somebody's got to do it.
All right, we only have a couple minutes before we have to pass it off to the next show. What do you like in the basketball tonight in both of these games?
So, I texted you this last night. There is no way that a guy who is as clutch, we know that AR is clutch, right? We know that he has been a fantastic 3-headed monster when Luka is on the court with LeBron. Everybody and their mother were talking about him. It's 18.5. His points are 18.5. He might get that in the first half. He's going to come out dragging his balls, making shots. He's, they've got these guys that are smart, right? He's one of these guys that I think will come out and absolutely cook. So hand in hand, Braun minus 111 for 8 assists. He had 6 last game, and it was a horrible, horrible shooting game, like you said. So give me Braun assists and give me AR points. I do like the Aiton play for sure. And then what about the Cavs play? Oh, Asar and Tobias. I mean, those guys have been absolute wagons. Cade, can't get his rhythm, meaning he'll probably have a 35-point triple-double tonight, as I say that. But Asar and Tobias have been absolutely fantastic. So I have to ride the wagon for those guys. So I'm taking those.
Love it. I know you also like Harden as well. We talked about this last night.
Yep. Harden triple-double. Braun triple-double. AR 35. Asar 6. Hartenstein 6. Plus 5 million. Cabo.
See you on the beach.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. If that hits, next flight to Costa Rica, you can stay on the couch. Actually, we can buy the fucking.
I was gonna say I'm gonna buy Costa Rica. Isn't that what people are doing now? They're just buying islands and shit. So.
Yeah, sure, exactly. All right, Doug. Well, we got to close things out and do a giveaway, and then we got to pass it off. So I love you and leave you.
All right,
Appreciate you.
boys.
Thanks for stopping by. Go cook for the kids.
Yep.
Don't buy an island, chef. Bad optics right now.
Yeah. I'll stay away. Don't worry. I'll resist the urge to buy an island. Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Love you, dude. Take it easy. Have a good night.
All right, bye.
Peace. Chef just gave you guys the moves. We started the show. What does Mike Vrabel and Austin Reeves have in common? They like to drag thy nuts. That's what's going to happen today. All right, now. Let's do the giveaway. We'll cook the parlay, and then we shall pass it off to Kaufman and Mr. DB to give you guys the moves on the diamond for Off the Bump. Chat, last chance to join us on Twitch before the giveaway. Twitch.tv/betting news. You will be entered to win. All right, Sookman. Do you want to do my singular hockey play in here?
Ooh.
Or do we want to just stick with basketball?
Stick with basketball.
All 4 basketballers. We don't want to take the over on the late night tuck us in piece from Rhythm. Kaufman, DB. Do you guys like the Padres St. Louis over 8? Do we like runs in that game? Can we get down with that? Danny's camera's not on, so I can't see. Busy likes it. Let's do it.
Yes. Hockey, please.
SMC wants hockey. Okay. Well, so I guess we're diversifying our portfolio for chat. How about that?
Adam's saying he doesn't like the baseball play, I think.
No on the over? Well, that's unfortunate because it's going in here. Over 8, Padres Cards. Let's do NHL. Crazy pellet. Let's do. I'm gonna do my point prop. I like Jason. Danny likes it. Okay. Jackson Blake. The other option is we could just take the Canes to win.
Ooh. I don't know. Weirdly, I want like Philly and Buffalo to just go far, like it's the 70s and 80s.
Okay. A proper betting versus SMC. You are correct. So we shall diversify the portfolio. All right, Jackson Blake point. We got the over in the Padres St. Louis game. 2 plays in the basketball. Let's pick 1 in each game, and then we'll pass it off to these lads.
Let's do Duran, RA, and Lakers on the points.
Are you taking the Lakers on the points to troll me in this particular situation?
You trolled me with Jake LaRavia, but you caught me. Yeah, I don't want to put the Lakers in here.
See, I know you too well. All right, RA for Duran, 13.5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is LeBron James going to take us home and tuck us in again?
Ooh, PA or points?
I like just the points.
Let's do the points.
Cue the song.
Even I think we should not play the song that much.
Too fucking bad. It's okay. 20 plus. Let's do 20 plus for LeBron. Cut the hook. That's plus 800. That is your bet espresso 4 runs. Padres over 8. Top round, find the best available price. Jackson Blake for a point. He plays for the Canes. Jalen Duran, 13.5 rebounds and assists. And then LeBron, 20 points plus 800. That's a nice one. That's diverse.
Why are you helping chat roast me today? What is going on?
Kanika. Ah! Oh my god, that's incredible.
It always be your own people, eh?
Yeah, apparently. Let's do Red and the Duckies, and then we'll pass it off to these lads. I know we don't. They beat out. Sure, don't.
You can add it. You can add it in there.
Add it in there. Make your own plays. You guys know the deal. This is the one we're rocking with. Add another level in the leg if you want to. Take something out. Put in your own plays. Whatever you're feeling. It's your money. Bet responsibly. All right, Sook. You got the Duckies ready to roll?
I do. Twitch is being a little bit weird, so if you don't see your Ducky, I'm sorry. Ready?
Yeah, let's get it. 3, 2, 1. Get after it. We're going to pass it off to the Off Your Bump lads right after this race. 20 seconds.
Oh, Tim is cooked. Sorry, Tim.
Sorry, Timmy. Sorry, B-Dot.
Oh, we're going to go back to it right away.
Rigged. We're never going to beat the alligators. Busy? You ain't going to get busy. Sorry, big dog. Somebody's coming through the middle right now. 5 seconds. Oh, it's an electric finish. Oh, photo finish.
Oh, shit.
Holy. E21, are you real? Can we get a 10-4s? E21. Drop something in chat so we know that you're real. Key 21. Key 21. Double underscore.
Bueller.
Reason, thank you. Bueller. W Viewbot. Yeah, that sucks.
So run it again?
Run it back one more time, and then we got to pass to these guys. They're
Let me
just sitting
change
there
it.
waiting.
Let me change it to an electrically short race.
Like 10 seconds. Not 3 minutes, dear God.
10 seconds. All right, chat.
10 seconds. Chat, holy. All right, get after it. 3, 2, 1. 5. SMC.
Oh my God.
Kanika! It's so rigged. Nope, we're not running it back.
No.
You sat here for the full hour. You get the win. There we go. Oh man, so rigged indeed. We appreciate you guys watching your afternoon Bet Espresso for the last 2 hours no plays off before us. I hope you guys enjoyed the last hour hanging out with Mr. Sook Brar and myself. Go enjoy the evening, Sook. Chat, thanks for being here. But again, don't go anywhere. You got DB down there looking fresh and so clean. Speech with Mona right behind him, as always. And then you got Mr. Kaufman ready to rock and roll. He's looking very pensive at the moment, looking at the baseball board. He's ready to give you guys the moves. Mr. Bowling, I'll press the intro button if you got everything else. So you got anything else for the kids before we get out of here?
No, apologies to Danny and Adam. We stole 7 minutes of your time.
We did.
Love you boys, but sorry.
The No Plays Off lads stole a couple minutes of ours. So it's like a give and take, you know? 6 or 7 minutes here and there.
Oh,
it's all good.
End the show.
All right, pass it off. Enjoy Off the Bump. Take it easy.
Welcome to it, ladies and gentlemen. It is another edition of Off the Bump here on the Betting News Network. I'm Danny Burke. He is Adam Kaufman, locked and loaded this time. We've got him on screen from the jump. Phone appears to be working right away. It seems like he got everything figured out. And we've got 3 baseball games to look forward to.
Didn't you half kind of feel like SPJ was kind of thrown to the show, but especially living his new Costa Rican life? Like, and coming up Off the Bump, these guys are on the way.
See, that would have been the perfect segue. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, he's snorting his way right in. Speaking of fresh
man.
and clean, by the way, Sook put a couple of pics out on Instagram last night, and I got to tell you, I've never seen him looking so nice. That guy cleaned up. He looked good.
They're all cleaning up. Yeah.
You gotta dip the
Sook,
hat
when he
more
gets his
often.
fade, it's great, man. He's looking
saying.
sharp as hell. SPJ's got the color going. He's got the island vibes. The man's got the right setup going. And that just goes to show, hey, If you follow SPJ's picks, ladies and gentlemen, you too can work for a month down in Costa Rica. Now, don't hang that by me. I'm just putting that with a small amount of asterisks on it. But no, shout out to those fellas for leading into this program. I said 3 games. We actually have 4 games tonight, a little bit more than we usually do on Thursday. We got the A's, Phillies, Orioles, Marlins, Adams, Red Sox taking on the Rays. 2 odd teams squaring off tonight at Fenway. And then the Padres Cardinals, who the fellas before just talked about, that game total potentially going over 8 flat. San Diego, pretty sizable favorite. Matthew Liberatore taking on Michael King. We will be sure to dissect all of those games and plenty more. We had several go off earlier today. Yankees took care of business yet again, Adam, winning 9-2. Nationals, I took a little flyer on them. They got the job done 7-5. Guardians 8-5 over the Royals, and I wanted to pause briefly, and I know you cashed on this with my Cubbies because that fell into streak betting.
You almost got some nasty texts from me last night when they were up 2-0 going into the 9th inning and proceeded to allow 4 runs in the 9th. I was like, you're jerk Cubs. Yeah. And then it was 4. They were up 4-0 and then fell behind 6-4 and then scored 2 on that home run by
PCA
Crow.
saved you. Yep.
PH and then or PCA, pardon me, and then forced extras and ultimately walked it off. I was very upset there for a few minutes with your Cubbies.
Hey, you can never lose hope when the game's at Wrigley Field. It's that magic in the Ivy, my friend, and 3 consecutive walk-off wins against the Reds today. They didn't need it. They won 8-3, just absolutely pummeled the Reds and Lauder, who only made it 3 innings. He gave up 3 earned runs, but walked 4 while striking out just 1. Imanaga absolutely dealt today. 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, and 10 strikeouts. I'm a sucker because I took him under 6.5 Ks. So he equaled out a little bit with him under and then the Nationals outright. But Imanaga's been a great arm. You and I talked about this Cubs team going, everybody needs to relax. Don't quite panic just yet. And this is all happening with them still missing a lot of studs in the pitching rotation because you haven't gotten Steele back. Matthew Boyd's been injured. And obviously you lost Cade Horton earlier in the year. Imanaga's been picking up the slack. Tayon's been floating. Ray has been doing fine. And mainly it's just this offense is coming alive, which we did expect to happen. I thought it would happen a little bit later in the year. But, man, 9-game win streak, 15-win streak at home. They just swept the Reds in 4 games at them. I mean, this Cubs team is incredible at this moment.
The way the Cubs are playing right now, and you highlighted, obviously, the absolute latest is they sit at the top, obviously, of the NL Central. And it's kind of wild to think we've already played about 40 games here in this season. Doesn't feel quite that deep, but 26-12, man. And you mentioned the magic of the Ivy. That's the bulk of it, right? I mean, Chicago at home is 18-5. The run differential for this team is not at the top of Major League Baseball, but at the top of the division and among the best at plus 50. The Braves and the Dodgers in the NL have been absolutely pummeling their opponents. No one better than the Yankees with that plus 81 that they're flashing, but still plus 50. You're talking top 5. Nothing to scoff at. This team is pitching well. It's hitting even better now. 9 straight wins, 9 of 10, obviously. And it's just, this is not a team. I know that I've been blind betting on them because of the trends and all of that we'll explore a little bit later on when we get to that, but in a general sense, this is just not a team that I want to bet against. The best part of it too, if you're talking about the math associated with it, and today an exception to what I'm talking about because they were heavy, roughly minus 200 favorites. You could do a little bit better depending on the book, a little bit worse elsewhere. I always have to shop these things around, but a lot of it, Danny, pardon me, is matchup specific as well. But this is not a Cubs team, despite its 9 straight wins, that is suddenly going to be priced at, minus 175 every single game. You're still going to get some very reasonable lines betting on this team, depending on the opponents. We can look at upcoming series and all of that. But this is not a team that, despite its record, despite its win streak, is going to be flashing Dodgers-like borderline unbettable numbers unless you start to want to, invest in the run line or something like that. So not only are they trustworthy thus far and reliable thus far, they're priced pretty effectively also.
Yeah, and you certainly, I would agree with that. And I think that is just because a lot of, again, their starting pitching doesn't really have any sturdy arms. Imanaga has lived up to it, but outside of that, and you put Cabrera in the mix too. Obviously, he's been phenomenal since he's come over. There are some concerns with his underlying metrics, but it hasn't shown quite yet. And anytime he's been on the field, especially at Wrigley Field, the offense has really backed them up. So I think that's a part of it. You'll get a slight juice just because when they're at home, clearly in general, they play better, but even more so now that it's completely being recognized across Major League Baseball. But no, I'm glad that you've been able to take part in the streak. It's funny. I was writing about this game and I'm like, if you've been betting the Cubs, you've been a happy person. And then I'm like, well, not if you've been taking the run line. And I was one of the guys who took their run line a couple nights ago when they had the walk-off. I think it was the first, maybe it was the first walk-off of the three. But either way,
this is why we talk about, we've had this conversation on past shows, and this is not a new thing unless you're new to betting baseball. The run line is very situational. You want to chase it because you're getting plus money. I get it. If a number is so unbettable on the money line, you want to go after it and you're still paying like minus 120 or something on the run line. I mean, you got to love that matchup because I wouldn't want to bother. I would rather just pick a couple of spots and money line parlay it or just stay away. Or maybe you do the run line, but you take it down to a half a unit or something like that. But this stuff, we keep saying stuff is situational. Remember, it's just in general a bad idea to take a team on the run line at home because you are costing yourself the ninth inning. Hopefully, quite frankly, you are costing yourself the ninth inning. It means through the first 8 innings, the bats did their jobs. 9 innings, the pitching does its job, and you may walk away with a one run win. But even in those situations like you're talking about with multiple walk-offs, it's not impossible, obviously, but it is difficult to walk off a game and win by multiple runs. You need a home run. And that is just not the most common way for a game to end. And so generally it's going to be that 1-run victory. And then you get burned. And I've been burned by it historically so many times, Danny, that I don't want to keep going back to it unless, again, I love the spot. And people are going to look back on the Dodgers over the last couple of years, in particular 2 years ago, where I don't remember exactly what the math was at this point in time, but more often than not, when they were winning, which was more often than not, they were winning by multiple runs. The run line was just cashing like crazy for people. And so it became logical to, it's almost like the people that make the argument, take the 3-pointer in the NBA because it's a higher percentage shot than a long 2. It was more effective to bet the Dodgers on the run line and chase the multiple run win than to just do the regular heavily juiced money line. But you need a sample size to help bear that out. And it's not like we've had that so far, not even a quarter of the way through the year.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far to say it's a bad bet, but I do think it's worth considering in the back of your mind because, like you said, more often than not, if I'm betting the run line, it's not even because I'm chasing the plus price, or maybe people are. Most people I would know, I think, is more just because the money line is unbettable and you really like the situation in general. And more often than not, I think the rate's at about 30% that games are going to fall on 1 run. So it's certainly not in a majority, and I think it's more anecdotal. And I do get screwed from that from time to time. There's no question. And I think you should be aware of that. There is the possibility that you may be at a disadvantage because you don't get that bottom half of the inning if they're leading by run. But I wouldn't say that it completely deters me. Like I'm blinded to I'm never betting a run line on a home team. I think that would be kind of ignorant to do that just based on several times that you've gotten burned in the past, right? Like again, statistically, it's not going to land on 1 run a majority of the time. But I get your approach to it for sure.
Yeah, and again, I'm not saying never. I'm just saying it is very situational. You got to really cherry pick those spots.
Yeah, for sure. And certainly the bullpen's play into account, and it's something to keep in mind. But yes, I did get burned by the Cubs in that game. And to be honest, they were trailing regardless. But either way, it does very much so sting when you get the win, but you don't get the run line cover. Last year, I got destroyed by it. So I wish I took that advice last year just because of how bad it is. But for now, it's been okay. But yeah, we'll see how it pans out throughout the rest of the year. But speaking of how things have panned out, Adam, you have had quite the uptick with your trend betting update, my friend. You were texting SBJ and myself. I know you've been going in the right direction the past week and a half. Why don't you let everybody know where we're at now, how it's fared the past week, and what you've looked at so far today and what we can get ready for the remainder of the evening.
Sure. So for anyone that is new to this show or new to me talking about this, the very brief explanation is that from not day 1, but day 4 or 5, whatever it was that we started of the Major League season, as soon as streaks were in place, blind betting on teams that have either won 3+ games in a row or lost 3+ games in a row, but not when they play each other. I bring that up because we have a case tonight where the Red Sox and the Rays are both riding streaks of 3+ games, but they're going head to head. So in those spots, you could look at it and say, okay, I'll take the one with the longer streak, right? I'll take the hotter or colder team, depending on which way it looks. In these situations, and they come around very rarely, I think this is only maybe the 3rd or 4th all season that I have encountered this, I just fade the game. I just don't deal with it. And then obviously whichever team does continue its streak into tomorrow, then I will be betting that team tomorrow. So today we have a smaller number than lately. Lately, we've had pretty reliably 6 or 7 games in a day, and things are going well. Today has been a mixed bag so far. There are only 4 plays today, which is Phillies money line, Orioles money line, which are both still to come. Mets money line, which just lost, again, a heavy favorite against the Rockies, and they were up 2-0. Actually, I don't remember if it was 2-0, but they were definitely up 2-1 in that game. And the Rockies tied it and ultimately had a grand slam and lost 6-2. Would have been a nice plus money bet if you were on the Rockies, obviously. But the Mets end up losing that game. These are all, by the way, flat 25-unit bets. $25 bets, not 25-unit bets. $25 bets. Wouldn't that be something? The Cubs, however, as Danny said, won as heavy favorites. Now, there wasn't a great return on that game. It was 25 to pay out almost 40. But a run is a run is a run. Win is a win is a win, so to speak. And so Cubs win, Mets lose. So 1-1 today, but technically a net loss, down whatever it is, $12 or something like that. But we still have a couple of games to come. Again, the Phillies and the money line. Takeover on Embiid asks about the juice limit. I'm glad you asked that. The juice limit that I apply to these bets, which is self-imposed, like this whole system is created by me for me. This is not something that anyone has given me any direction on, so I make the rules, right? The juice limit is -200. Now, here's what happens, and we've seen this, the Dodgers, the Yankees, could have been the Cubs today, if depending on the book I used. Like, if a team is greater than, if it's -200 or less, I will bet the team. So, like Cubs at -175 or -180 or whatever it was, I will just take the Cubs on the money line. Now, let's say the Cubs were -210. We'll just make up a number. What I will do with that, there are a couple of different things. And this has only happened a half dozen times throughout the entire year, and there have been almost 250 plays at this point. So this is not something that happens all the time. If it's ballpark -210, -215, what I will do is I will take that team, I will cut the unit down from $25 to $10. Again, this is not even about the money, because people are like, $10. Like, this is not about the money. This is really just about the system and watching it and following it and riding the roller coaster and seeing how it plays out. And maybe if it's wildly successful next year, a $25 play becomes a consistent $50 play. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I'm doing this year so that if you want to do the same thing, you know what's going on. So if a team is -210, 215, I will drop the $25 down to $10. So it's a little less than half a unit, whatever the math is on that. And I will do a first 5 money line for that team, and then the full game money line for that team. And that will bring the juice down to, it's, I don't know, ballpark -175. It gets me inside the -200. So I will put $10 on that. That's the bet. Now, let's say it's a situation where it's happened a few times this year with the Dodgers. Let's say it's a -275 on the money line. Even if you do what I just talked about, first 5 full game, put it together, it's still going to be greater than -200. So I'm not going to do that. What I will then do is, again, same $10, but I will do the run line like Danny is talking about. And maybe that's -130 or something like that. So in those situations, it will be the run line. In the other situations that are just outside the -200, I will bring it in with the same game parlay. And for all other plays inside the -200, it will be a $25 unit. Again, My system, my rules, this is just what I'm doing. To recap it, we started very poorly. We were down, or but I will use the royal we. Inside a couple of weeks of the season, we were down at worst. Let's see. This started on March 30th. And at our absolute worst, which was on, I don't know, or like 2 weeks into April, week and a half into April, we were down 20 units. We were down about $500. Have not skipped a day, have not skipped a play, have not changed the wagers. All of the rules that I have given you have continued to apply. Again, we have just ridden the roller coaster. We are today, going into the day, so not counting the 2 plays that are settled today, going into the day, we are up $213. So we have come back from minus 500 to plus 213 over the last, what is that, 3-4 weeks. So that is minus 20 units to plus 8.5 units is where we're at right now. And I have tracked, and again, the plays today are Phillies, Orioles. Those are the remaining plays today if anyone wanted to jump in on the money line. I have tracked because Danny had asked a version of this earlier in the year, so I started to pay attention to it. What's the record? Who am I using most frequently? Not who am I betting against. I'm not going back and tracking that. Just who am I betting on? So far, and again, record only means so much because, again, sometimes they're plus money plays. A lot of times, believe it or not, are plus money plays. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're heavily juiced. And, you know, we've talked about that. But the overall record is 122 and 104 on the plays. The teams that I've used the most frequently that find themselves in these positions, teams that I've wagered on double-digit times, and I've wagered on everybody at least once so far. In fact, my Red Sox are the only team that I have wagered on one time. That is it. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. The double-digit teams. Top of the list, the Rays. 15-3 when betting on the Rays this year. The Yankees are 12-5. The Reds are 7-5. The Padres are just 4-7. The Dodgers are 8-4. The Cardinals are 6-5. The Braves only 6-8. Danny's Cubs are 13-2. Cubs have been tremendous. So the overall investment, which again doesn't really mean anything because these are day by day by day. You're just reinvesting the same money, right? Mm-hmm. But the overall investment that has been dedicated to this system to date is about $5,500 this season. And again, we are plus $213. So that is the long-winded explanation of where we're at, how we got here. And if anybody has any other questions about how it works, or if you ever want to know what the plays are, I mean, I just told you the system. You can honestly figure it out yourself, but you could always feel free to message me and I will tell you. Really, I should be tweeting these. I should just be posting these on social media, but I haven't done it for no good reason whatsoever. But that's what the system is. That's what we're doing. And that's where we're at.
Beautiful, man. It's incredible, the 180 that it's done. Going from down 20 to up 8 units, just tremendous. And to be honest, I mean, that's the best case scenario and what we were expecting. And it's only a little bit more than a month in. So again, still so much to track as it goes down this rabbit hole. And you know, it's funny, last week I told you, I was like, all right, you're around even money. Now might be the time for me to start blindly doing it. And I didn't blindly do it, but I did, again, like I told you last week, put a little bit more emphasis than I normally would on looking at these teams on streaks and not being afraid to fall victim of like, okay, a team that's decent is like, you know, facing a sweep at home. Well, they should win, you know, it's a slight advantage. Sometimes it is, but you know, this system's clearly proving that, hey, the streak can hold up here. So I love to see it. I'm glad we're keeping track record of it, and it certainly helped me a bit as well.
Well, and just to, you know, so people know like kind of the rationale, like how do you even start doing something like this? You know, like why this system versus any other system that somebody creates across baseball. I've had a lot of people say to me over the last couple of years, specifically as it relates to baseball, because they play every day and there are so many games and all of it. It's like, man, I don't want to, when a team's hot or a team's really cold, I don't want to just jump on. Like, I don't want to just sort of get into the fray of it. Like, right. You know, if a team has already won 8 in a row, 9 in a row, I don't want to get in there. And I would agree with that. But you also have to allow for the fact that teams, and we've seen it, I don't know how many times this year, again, we talked about your Cubs, teams do win 8, 9, 10 games in a row. Teams do lose 6, 7, 8 games in a row. It happens constantly over the course of the season. Again, we are a month and a week, right? Like we're basically 5, 6 weeks into the season. And I told you I've already invested in almost 250 plays without skipping a day. So streaks are prevalent, even if it's the smaller ones. And if a team has won or lost 3 games in a row, that to me, knowing that they could get to 6, 7, 8, 9 or beyond, maybe the random 12 or something like that, you see it every couple of years. That to me is worth investing. When you get to 3, that is a good jump in spot to where I figure for a lot of these spots, the streaks are going to continue. And the outside, the other perspective on it is just remember a team can only beat you one time. Like you jump on a streak, and let's say I jump in on Danny's Cubs, at 3 straight wins. Well, they could win 6 more and make it 9, and they go out and lose tomorrow. Well, streak's over. I'm off the Cubs.
Still on top.
But they just made me money, and that's undeniable. So you can only lose on the streak one time. That's you don't have to worry about, oh my God. Like when I was betting the Celtics, Danny, in games, 5, 6, and 7, it's like, how many times is this freaking team going to beat me, right? Doesn't apply to this system. That doesn't work here. They beat you once, it's over. Move on.
I love it. It's been great. And Alex, one of these bets, and I'm calling you out because we're queuing it up here, has been smacking, and that has been the Baltimore Orioles, who are going to be a team that Adam is smacking in terms of the trend betting system that he has. But we are going to dish it off to our smacking seeds set up for tonight because we have a play that we are hoping is going to be smacking. So, Alex, cue it up, my friend. Let's get to it with smacking seeds.
Let's go.
All right, there it is on the board. What's smacking play of the day? We are going in that Orioles and Marlins matchup. By the way, folks, this thing is going to start in about 10 minutes, so make sure you dial this in. You, of course, have the option of going with the streak betting with Baltimore, but we also landed on a prop with Cade Povich over 4.5 Ks at about minus $120. The southpaw, he's got 3 starts under his belt. He's got 4 and 5 strikeouts in each of his last 2 respective games, but even in the last one, just 4 innings pitched, still racked up 4 Ks. He should be able to last a little bit longer against a struggling Marlins offense. And furthermore, the Marlins offense that over the past 2 weeks has the 3rd highest strikeout rate against left-handed pitching at a rate of 29.7%. So that's our What's Smackin' play of the day. And folks, you get 10% off your purchase of any bag of Smackin' seeds. All you got to do is use promo code VIBES. That's VIBES. And you get 10% off a purchase of any bag of Smackin' seeds. You can smack them while you're watching this bet smack. You can smack them every time you're looking for the streak betting that Adam's on. Spit them wherever, but they got some great flavors. They got a Pete Crow Armstrong flavor that we talked about last week. So they're all over the place, fellas.
What's PCA taste like?
You're going to have to find out, and you can do so by 10% off code VIBES.
Hot. That's what Alex says. Flaming hot.
Oh man, yeah. So hey, there's plenty to smack on tonight. It's funny, Adam. I was like helping my buddy out. He started a junk removal company. This is going to go on a completely different angle, but when you're kind of doing some blue collar work like that, you're like, man, either I need a heater or I need some seeds. And I was craving some seeds. So I think I might be smacking some after today. Might have to use that promo code. Weather's getting warmer. It's always a good nostalgic feeling, just, spitting some sunflower seeds. So,
hell yeah, man.
What's your go-to flavor? Do you have one?
No, I don't think I do. Like just the original. Like I don't even know what the original flavor is. They're just
Just
whatever
a
they.
little
But
salty in there.
yeah, just salty. Like that's my flavor. Salty. Like that's what I'm chasing.
I'm a big, well, Alex knows this. I'm a big ranch guy, so I like ranch. You know that too. And then I like the barbecue ones are good.
You're actually offended when people don't get ranch. I've seen that about you.
Yeah, if it's in a certain setting, for sure.
You get wings and you don't get ranch. Danny is upset.
We were talking about it the fairway forecast about blue cheese versus ranch, and maybe it was B Dot or somebody said, there we go. So come on, baby. He's popping up just in time.
That's right.
About how he thought ranch was for children, but oh, come on, Beast McNeese. You're asking for a Danny Burke flavor and you're saying ranch is bad. I promise you, the Danny Burke flavor is not going to be better than ranch.
The Danny Burke. What would the Danny Burke flavor taste like?
I don't know. I don't think anyone wants to find out.
Yeah. I don't think I need to know.
Ones. I don't know if I've really had the sweet ones before.
So I'm I enjoy, God, like this whole show just sounds erotic. I'm really trying to avoid this stuff, but here we are again. I enjoy pickles, Danny, and I see that there are a lot of pickle flavored sunflower seeds that are out there, and I've never tried those because that just, I don't know, it feels like it's crossing a line. It's like the people out there that drink the pickle juice for like health reasons. That, like, I mean, I don't, it just seems odd to me. I've never tried it, so I guess don't judge, right? But I'm sitting here judging. It seems odd to me.
So Adam, I'm like I'm not a very picky guy in terms of what I consume, but I have things that I dislike more than others. And growing up, those two things were mustard and pickles. Now, as I've gotten older, I can certainly tolerate them. Like if it's gonna be on a burger, someone's making it, like it's fine. It's just sometimes I prefer not to have it.
Yeah.
But you know, also some pickles are better than others in certain settings, and you know, mustard, I'm indifferent. But it's funny, like with the pickle seeds, I thought the same thing. Like, this is disgusting because I already dislike it and it just seems wrong. And I had it. It's not bad. If you like pickles, you'll certainly like it. But it does kind of, I feel like you got to eat it in limited-ish quantities because then it's like it's a little bit too much. But I'm with you with the pickle juice. That's crazy to me that people do that. And at some bars out here, they do pickleback shots. So you're chugging it alongside with like a Malort shot or something. And that's like your chaser. I'm like, I'd rather just take the shot than the pickle juice because I already don't like pickles and that's bad enough.
Gross. Yeah. Can't get involved in any of that. People say it's suck electrolytes.
No, see, that's the thing.
Drinking Gatorade.
I love salt and vinegar chips. It doesn't make any sense because I like salt and vinegar. I love it pretty much everywhere else. I'm just not the biggest pickle guy. So it is kind of strange. Yeah, I know people think it's pretty confusing all the time, and I guess it is. But hey, I'll still consume it. We'll still consume it.
I mean, I'd be like the worst person to condemn the way anybody eats anyway. I mean, you know, you've seen it firsthand. I'm incredibly picky, selective, boring, bland eater anyway. But also there are so many things that I either don't eat, don't want to eat, haven't even tried that are just mainstream favorite foods of people. Like who am I to cast aspersions, right?
That's fair, but I also respect your eating game because you're not afraid to just throw back some wings at any time of the night. Like, you know, maybe you don't like branch out as far, but with the stuff you do like, doesn't matter, you know, rain or shine, I feel like you're good to go whenever and wherever.
There was one of those, this is, I don't know, a year or two, but they pop up on Twitter or X, whatever, every once in a while. You know those charts that people put out just for aggregation engagement, obviously, but it's not aggregation, engagement and getting people involved. It's like the wing eating chart of like rank 1 through 5, like what are you? And, you know, 5 will be the, you know, they're like you've barely taken a bite of the freaking thing, and 1 is there's just nothing left on the bone. And I'm very much a 1, like I devour the thing. My son loves wings, my middle son, and he wanted to get some wings the other day, so we get some wings. And I did not realize this about him because he's a great eater. He's a great eater. Kid will eat everything. But he's like a 4 on this chart, man. Like he like ate along like the sides and top, bottom, whatever. But all that chicken meat, like the bulk of the chicken meat that is in the middle between the bones, he just left it there and like discarded it and on to the next wing. And I was offended. I was like, you've wasted the wing. Like you didn't even eat it. He's like, you want to eat it? And I'm like, no, I don't want to eat your like your sloppy leftover wings. But this is like this. you may as well just get a buffalo tender, right?
Yeah.
Like just eat the meat. You don't need to leap. He's like, but it's got like a line there. It looks like looks like like a vein or something.
Yeah, like cartilage or something like that.
Come on, man. Like, know what you're getting into here.
Oh man, yeah. There's always one person.
You do. That's what you got to. You got to force that out. You got to eat it.
Oh man, do you prefer the flats versus drumsticks?
I will.
One way or the other?
I mean, I will eat both, but I prefer flats. Yeah.
See, that's
don't most people prefer flats?
They do. So I'm in the minority, and I think this is mind-boggling. Like, I feel like drumsticks, I get so much more meat, yet everybody prefers the flats, and I guess I'm in the minority here.
I don't know if you get that much more meat so much as the meat is more accessible.
Yeah, that's part of it for sure. I think it's a more seamless operation without question.
Yeah, a little less thinking. No tongue punching involved.
Yeah, but you're right. It's like everyone I ask, I'm shocked, and most people prefer flats. But I guess I'm just missing something with the flats here. But yeah, I'm gonna eat both. But
I'm trying to think if there's like a reason that I prefer the flats, and I don't think there is.
You see that videos where people like push it down and then it comes off like easy with the flats. It's like
I haven't seen that, but I did see one where, I've never tried it, so I don't exactly know how it works. But basically, this person they took a flat and they put it like in their mouth like this, like it's just sitting there, and they, just like ripped the bones out, and there was nothing, impeding you at that point. I got to see if I could find the video. It was recent. This thing was all over social media. This had gone viral. This woman out there crushing her wings. It did make me want to try it, and then I kind of forgot about it until you brought it up again.
I was just gonna say, Sook. Yeah, I mean, we're getting into the the dangerous area of ordering wings for everyone.
Now I want wings. Like, this is kind of annoying, actually.
I know. I got to get you off whatever your wife and family are having for dinner. So you go, you know what, guys, I'm actually not too hungry, and then I'm gonna go for a run an errand really quick. You're just gonna be posted up at a wing stop, just chowing down on Thursday night.
If somebody went through and just this show, just the last 40 minutes. And clipped only the most egregious, erotic things that have been said by me or by Danny about wings or things along those lines. Like it would be it'd be like those football highlight reels of like what is it? Like, get your girlfriend or wife into watching football. And it's like, boy, I don't even want to repeat some of it. And these are perfectly fine, like, things that announcers say,
right?
But in wrong context.
Oh yeah,
he's going right down his throat. Like that kind of stuff. What? Huh?
Sook went there. Alex played it a little bit more funny in the appropriate way.
Yeah, we're just
man. All right. Let's move on for the wings here, folks.
$10
We're getting off the rails completely. Sook's derailing us from the chat, for goodness sakes.
I didn't know you could get $10 bottomless apps.
There it is. Yeah,
there
put a basket
holding that train together,
and that'll be perfect. Adam, I do want to get your thoughts, of course, on your Red Sox. This team is streaking. The Rays are streaking. Of course, none of them are making your bets tonight because it's streak versus streak. So I imagine that's, of course, what keeps you off of it.
Yeah.
7 p.m. Eastern time, first pitch. Red Sox just swept the Tigers. The Rays are on a 6-game win streak. Got Griffin Jacks usually out of the bullpen. Started the last couple of games, only going a little over 2 innings for Tampa Bay. 13 games played total, 5.14 ERA. 20% home run to fly ball rate, but it's a little dicey because he's a reliever, so you take that with a little bit of a grain of salt, but he's got a 50% ground ball rate. Boston's offense the last 2 weeks, still mediocre, but obviously more recently they've been picking it up. You got the young southpaw Jake Bennett, who had the one start against Houston, looked pretty sharp, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run. Couple of walks, 3 strikeouts, he'll get there, and his xFIP shaped out okay, 371. Rays has been, despite their win streak, their numbers against lefties really bad at him. I mean, 69 weighted runs created plus, 127 ISO, and 604 OPS. I kind of leaned under 8.5. I didn't do anything. That's just like my initial hunch. What do you make of this game here? If the Rays were on this win streak, I know you'd be on Boston, but would you objectively feel comfortable backing them in the spot as well?
Yeah, look, if the Rays were playing somebody random, not on a streak, and the Red Sox doing the same, both of these plays would be in pocket. But as you said, streak for streak, I'm not doing it. If I were the type to invest in the hotter of the two, I would be on the Rays, and I would be on the Rays partially, not just the 6 straight wins versus 3, but because that's where you're getting a better number too. An even money bet versus a team that is, slight minus money and a more customary favorite in Boston at home. The pitching matchup is interesting. For Jax, like you said, it's, your typical bullpen game or opener situation where he's going to go out there for, 2 and change. Maybe they hit him around a little bit. He's got an ERA of 5 and maybe he doesn't last much more than 1. We'll see how the Red Sox offense suddenly hot performs, but it's hard to trust him. Now, the pitching behind him could be good, obviously. So if he can just go a couple of clean innings and get himself out of there, the recent pitch count for Jax is, they've been stretching him out a bit. He went 45 last time out. Previous to that, he hadn't gone more than like 30, 31. So maybe that gets him an extra inning. We'll find out. But I just don't think as far as trust goes, we haven't seen enough of Jake Bennett to trust him. Yeah. You said he pitched well against Houston. He did, but it's the one time that he has pitched in the majors so far this year. So don't look at Jake Bennett and see 1.8 ERA and be like, I need to get invested in the Red Sox and Jake Bennett. That guy could go out and have an ERA of 5 by the end of the game. You have no idea what things are going to look like for him in this matchup. So I'm not honestly disappointed that I'm not involved in this game, but if I were to be involved, I think I would be on the Rays. I do.
I kind of gravitated that way as well. Like I said, I think ultimately I would look toward the under 8 in the hook. But if I had to pick a side, I think I would agree with you and lead toward Tampa. It's such a tough proposition jumping into an unknown commodity, as you alluded to with Jake Bennett, who could completely, just fall on his head in this game. And sure, that wouldn't shock anyone as a young pitcher here against a team that's doing particularly well with actually winning games. Again, their numbers aren't great against lefties the past couple of weeks, but against a young guy who doesn't have a ton of experience, wouldn't shock anybody to flip it around. I was also going to say, Adam, and obviously I don't expect you to track this or something, but just out of curiosity, it would be fascinating to see how often we get streak for streak matched up against each other and how you would fare over a long season if you just bet the team with the better odds offered to you. Right. That would kind of be fascinating to see how that plays out. I wonder if there's
either the better odds or the hotter team. Like you could track it in multiple areas. Again, I'm not, because I'd have to go back on the schedule over the past 6 weeks and see how many times I've passed on this opportunity. Not a lot. There are only 2 or 3 that I can even think of. So I don't think it's happened frequently. What tends to happen a lot, and there's no surprise here, is, because of series play in baseball, is a lot of the time, you're investing in a team that's won 4 in a row against a team that's lost 3 in a row, but they're playing each other and they've been playing each other. And that's part of why the streaks exist in the first place, that kind of thing. But the streak first streak in that sense, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It would be interesting to see it, but there are only so many things that I feel like, bogging myself down with here. It's not, nobody's paying me to do this, Danny. I'm doing it for myself.
You're just our own little, quant there. We're just getting that information out of you.
I wonder, I'm not smart enough to do something like this, but I wonder if there's a way to create an AI tool that it would do a lot of these things for you.
The answer is definitely yes, but I feel like it would not be in our, it'd be past our pay grade to figure out how to accurately
go to Claude or ChatGPT or whatever and say, like, here's all the data from this year in Major League Baseball. Like, here are all the final scores, every team's record, all that stuff. Now spit out X. Yeah. And you probably could do it. I just, again, don't know how to do it.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes they mess up the data, like where you give a long list to some of these AI programs. And I haven't used Claude, but like say ChatGPT, for example, if you just put a bunch of numbers in there and like, count this or that, and it can be hit or miss from time to time. And I personally always am just like, I don't really trust it, but just for the sake of the conversation, if, you and I were just shooting the shit about it, like, I would be fascinated to see what it comes up with. Yeah. Alex, are you looking it up down there? I saw you getting after it. Oh, okay. Busy 504 said they tried, but it will not do it. Yeah, so AI hallucinates. Don't trust that. That's very true. That's what I'm saying. So
you also have to remember that it's what we're talking about is numbers, it's data. Like it should be right in theory.
I think, yeah.
But information in general, a lot of these, this is the thing about AI, and it can be incredibly helpful, resourceful, all that, depending on what you're using it for. But sometimes it's just flat out wrong.
Yeah.
Like a buddy of mine likes to goof around with, I think it's ChatGPT. He'll just have conversations with it just to basically test it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he sent me this, a couple of screen grabs recently of, a couple of, like it was a couple pages worth, and it was like, why this is during the regular season, why the Mavericks so bad this year, and it's it starts talking about like Luka's injury, that kind of thing, and he's like and he's sitting there writing to ChatGPT like, bro, Luka isn't on
it happens
the Nets,
all the
he's
time.
on the Lakers. And ChatGPT, like it was another human, started fighting back with him. It's like no, he's a Maverick. Like you're and finally, like I think he sent like the article. Like he got so upset, he was enraged by this, and he sends along like the ESPN article of Luka getting traded to the Lakers. Last season before, whatever the hell it was at this point, and ChatGPT literally, like this is how humanized it gets. It wrote back. It was like, you know what? You're like, my bad. You're right. I somehow missed that. Yeah, it's so. And again, this is AI. This is what we're putting our trust in,
right?
To determine this stuff. It's like every time my kid asks me something that I'm incapable of answering, I got to remember you can't just go look it up.
Yeah, it's going to be going through the chambers of ChatGPT. I have had similar conversations like that where it's like, oh, so-and-so's on this. And I'm like, nope, they're not. Oh, yeah, you're right. They're not. And then again, I'm not like actually using that for anything, but just like to maybe get some data available,
sure,
like you would get from like a StatMuse or something like that. Cause you would think it would be that easy to do for us in the sports world, but unfortunately it's not. So
by the way, early Phillies not looking great on the system today. The Athletics with a pair of 2-run homers in the first inning, they're still batting. In fact, I don't even think Painter, the starter, is gotten an out yet.
Yeah,
and the Marlins, the freaking Marlins. I think Hicks just hit a 2-run homer. I think they just went up 2-0. This might be a bad day for the old system here.
Man, yeah, Painter's an interesting guy. 5.28 ERA, but his FIP is 3.59. He does have some warning signs. That A's Phillies game could just completely go back and forth, though. So I wouldn't.
Yeah, again, they haven't even batted yet.
Yeah, and like you said, yeah, Hicks 2-run homer. Povich not really helping for a strikeout prop or for obviously the Orioles on the money line there. So we're gonna need these guys to figure it out and spin it around here before this night comes to a conclusion. But Adam, we do have another game that we have yet to preview, and this should be a pretty fun one because somehow, some way, the St. Louis Cardinals are a competitive baseball team, despite what everybody seemed to claim heading into this year, which was on the contrary. And man, I mean, Cardinals, yes, they're coming off just a 2-game split against the Brewers, but they have been the hottest offense against righties the past couple of weeks, or pardon me, against lefties, or no, sorry, righties, no, Liberators, lefties. So against righties.
Come on, Danny, get it together.
They're crushing them the past 2 weeks.
Just ask ChatGPT.
That's right. First in weighted runs created plus, first in OPS, second in ISO are the Cards against righties the last 2 weeks. They're going against Michael King, who is looking solid with a 2.95 ERA, but his expected ERA is at 4 flat. He's got a 4.20 xFIP, which aren't terrible. And he is walking 4 batters per 9 innings. Good BABIP, but 253. Ground ball rate of 46%. Hard hit rate's low. His barrel's high at 11%. So you're getting a little back and forth with King. So there should be a tad bit of regression, but not too much. The caveat is if this Cardinals team is going to stay hot or not. And then also, what are you going to get out of Liberatore? I mean, the Southpaw is 1-1 through 7 starts. He's got a 4.50 ERA, but a 5.80 expected ERA and a 5.83 FIP. So this is why I initially leaned San Diego, if not the Padres, which I'm not betting them because the price is so egregious and the market's moving the other way. I would look at the over 8 because I do think the Padres are going to be able to put some runs on him. They're 5th in weighted runs created plus against lefties the last 2 weeks at 110, 740 OPS, 167 ISO. Liberatore's got a 16% home run to fly ball rate, hard hit rate of 44%, and he's not striking out a ton of guys, just a 6% strikeout to walk ratio. So I think Liberatore can absolutely get pummeled here. It's just a matter of what version offensively are you going to get out of St. Louis? Is Michael King going to play to some of these underlying metrics or keep in tune with his ERA that's sub 3? I tend to believe he's probably, or at least in general, the Cardinals will tack on about 3 to 4 runs here. And then I'm envisioning San Diego probably to get around 5. So again, it's not an official play. I just lean toward the over at 8 because I do think there are vulnerabilities and you're not messing with the hook, and the flat 8's offered at -110, which is pretty solid price with 2 good offenses right now. So that's how I'm envisioning this game. I know you've got nothing here in terms of the streak, Adam, but right. Padres they could trend there. They've just took 2 out of 3 against the Giants. Are we feeling okay about one side or the other outside of the system plays?
I do like the Padres. I just like King a lot. And it's kind of too late for this because it's the last game to get underway, obviously. But I would have said, maybe a first 5 on the Padres, which would be even more juice than what this right around -170 money line is, and pair it with something else and get yourself a plus money. Do it that way. Let me see. I can see what potential options might look like. A clean way to do it, especially if we both like the Padres, and I don't know that I like the over 8. In fact, I lean under 8 out of respect to King more than anything else. But if you wanted to, I wouldn't be opposed to the Padres' first 5 run line, just like win the first 5.
Yeah.
And you'll get a reasonable line on that. I will tell you what that is for anyone out there curious. First 5 result on the Padres, that's -115. That's a solid bet if you think they're going to get to Liberatore early, and I would be perfectly fine with that. If you didn't and you wanted to allow for a potential tie, you could do Padres money line and I'm experimenting on the fly here, obviously, but it doesn't let you do it. I was looking at an alt run option for the Padres, but you can't put the 2 of those things together. What you could do, I bet you could do it in the first 5, however. If you did Padres first 5 money line with over 2.5 total runs first 5, both teams, that's -114. So I guess my question would be, which do you like more? The potential tie, but you need 3 runs, or just taking the run line for the Padres in the first 5?
What was the price for just the run line?
Just the run line at -115 or the SGP at -114.
I absolutely just the run line because it's just a double amount of things you need to come through for 1 cent cheaper.
Yeah, you don't want the Padres to be up 2-0 after 5 and you lost the bet.
Exactly. Although I do like both sides for sure, but I wouldn't want to necessarily parlay them. But
totally get it.
Yeah, no, it's a fascinating way to look at it. I think this Padre. It's just here's the thing. I know Jerry said thinking about taking the Cardinals money line. I get it with the way they've been playing, how great their offense has been. King does have a little bit of worrisome traits to him right now, but ultimately he should be fine. I guess it's not coming as a Cubs hater, I promise you, but I just still somewhat refuse to trust this Cardinals team in a road setting like this against a competent offense in San Diego. Like if this was at Busch Stadium, maybe even against the Padres and Michael King, but especially against a team that, is similar or worse, it'd be no question. Cardinals have the hot bats right now, but when you're going across country with this kind of setting now, and you got a pitcher you clearly can't trust, it just makes it tough to pull the trigger on the St. Louis Cardinals. I get it from the price standpoint. It's just, not for me here. I see plus 144 is the best number, I think. So pretty decent if you don't want to invest.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not going to be for me. Adam, we're about to wrap up this program, but did you want to hit some NBA very briefly?
Well, Alex, if he wants to come aboard and tell us what Gemini gave him as the play of the day tonight.
Yeah, it's going exactly against what I have actually booked. It's saying Cade Cunningham is going to drop 29, 7 rebounds, and 12 assists.
Yeah, I don't like that. I got under 10.5 assists and under 9.5 assists.
I played his under RA, actually, which I think was.
I played his under PRA.
Alex is playing it under. This is dangerous. I might have to switch my bet.
I actually have a couple unders, Danny.
Really?
In the MNBA, yeah.
You and SPJ are taking unders. What is going on?
Yeah, I know, right? Is hell about to freeze over?
Hey, we're fading Gemini.
Yeah. That sounds like Danny. Anyway, I got Cade Cunningham under 42.5 PRA. I got Austin Reeves under 28.5 PRA.
That one scares me a bit.
And I have Shea under 40.5 PRA.
Chet was just on the show before us. Was Chet loving AR 15 tonight?
Was he?
There was a lot of Austin Reeves talk, and I wasn't really paying attention, so I don't know if you're on him or against him, but he was definitely involved anyway.
I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm going to be right and he's going to be wrong. So,
yeah. Hey, well, I'm with you on Cade. I love his under assists. Wrote up about that. I had him over, or here's the thing. I had him under 9.5 the first game, and it smacked. It wasn't even close. He had like 6 or 7 assists. Relax, Alex. Relax. Don't do it. And this is like kind of going into the universe of what I've been doing with Wemby. I gave him out under 2.5 threes. He had 0 the first game, and they still kept it at 2.5 for last night, took it again. I'm going to do this and hope it comes through with Cade. So why did he stay under 9.5 and they just bumped him up to 10.5, albeit I had to lay minus $139. But even at 9.5, I like that a lot as well. So I just think it's kind of crazy they inflated it. I understand he's a superstar. He's got to play, up and bounce back, but he doesn't have to bounce back in his facilitating abilities. And he doesn't have that many dominant scoring weapons around him to give me confidence that he's going to get there. If it was something with his scoring, I'd get it, but assists, no, thank you. Like, that's why I'm a little scared with Reeves going under, because he was so poor in that first game. And it is a difficult matchup, Alex, but who else is going to score outside of LeBron? Who's also my other bet? I took LeBron over 28.5 points and rebounds at even money, but I kind of think Reeves is going to have a much better game.
I mean, Reeves in his past 7 head-to-head against the Thunder he's only cleared this line once, and that was back in April of last year. So in 4 straight games since then, he has stayed at 25 or under. So I'm gonna just run with the trend. Dude doesn't ball out against Thunder, so that's what we're riding with. I also like Max Strus over points and assists.
Well, I thought you were gonna say rebounds, because his over 3.5 rebounds have been smacking.
Yeah, I did play his points over tonight. Not a full unit play, but I sprinkled.
Yeah, I think any Max Strus play tonight is probably just perfectly fine. I know SPJ was on the PRA for him as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a degenerate, so I got like 2 more bets in both of these, and I parlayed them all together. Yeah, 6-man parlay. Get at me, Adam. It's a bonus bet, though. It's a $20 bonus bet, so we're not losing anything if it misses.
There you go.
We can only go up. I like Lou Dort, points and assists. I hate the guy, but I like betting on him, especially when he does me well.
He does very well in these type of settings. Like, I took him over 1.5 threes the other night. He thrives at home when it's against a inferior opponent where he just, can let him fly without feeling bad if he's missing in a close kind of, competitive game. So I support you on the Lou Dort optimism.
Yeah. And then James Harden points, rebounds, 24.5 over.
If you guys want some football news, Taylor Heineke is retiring after 7 seasons.
No.
Whoa, dude.
Pour one out.
Fun. It was fun for a minute there.
Pour one out for Taylor Heineke.
Especially in fantasy.
Right on.
Yeah, Castle last night. Everybody and their mama was on him over 1.5 threes, including Stifler. I don't know if he's still here. But I took over just for him to make 1 3. It was like minus 380 a parlay piece, and he shot 1 and he missed it. And I was very upset.
Yeah, Beast McNeese says him and I look alike. He definitely wasn't talking about me and Taylor Heineke. He was talking about me and Castle. We look very similar.
Yeah, it's the hair.
Mirror images.
The hair.
All right, is that all you? That's all you're rocking with tonight, Alex?
Oh yeah, I'll probably cook up a same game parlay for this Lakers and Thunder game, just for gits and shiggles. But
there you go.
That won't be in time to
pitch it to you in a few minutes here.
Yeah. So
good deal, my friend.
That's what I got on the hardwood. But
sweet.
Adam, was there any others you wanted to dish out before we cap this bad boy off?
No, I think I'm good with where we're at. I don't have a strong. I mean, I think the Pistons win tonight, but I don't have a strong feel on the 3.5. Yeah. And I bet the Thunder will probably cover. They're just going to torch this Lakers team. Absolutely torch them.
Yeah, this Pistons Cavs game feels a little trappy to me because I agree with you. Like blindly, Detroit, I would lay just because we saw the Cavs' inability to win on the road last series. But the Pistons have their own frustrations in their own right. So, it's just I'll stay away and we'll see what happens. Maybe live bet. If we get a better number on Detroit, we probably will.
Live bet.
So I said, Alex, it's NBA sides and totals. You're a sucker if you're betting a pre-flop, baby.
Yeah,
don't do it.
Don't. Just wait on the Lakers to be plus 26.5 and then take that.
Yeah, would it surprise you if they didn't cover that either?
It would shock me.
Really?
Yeah. Lakers are good enough to keep it within 20.
Yeah, they're good enough to do it. But I'm saying, wouldn't shock. Like, the Spurs just won by, 30 to 40 points last night?
45, yeah. They were up by 50 at one point, damn near.
Jeez.
So, all right, boys.
All right, appreciate it. At A Bizney, where you can catch Alex on the socials, myself at Dannyberg5 for Adam at Adam M. Kaufman, and of course for the Betting News Network at Your Betting News. Yeah, Beast McNeese, I'm going to be rooting for LeBron. Seldom do I do that, but hopefully he gets over 28.5 points and rebounds. That's what I'm sweating out with Mr. James, along with the Unders on Cade Cunningham. Couple of basketball games. 4 baseball games. We're hoping for the tides to turn in the 2 that have started already for our prop with Povich and a couple of the streak bets for Adam. But Adam, my man, pleasure as always. We'll be back in the mix tomorrow for
Let's do it tomorrow.
Wager.
Love that. Let's do it tomorrow.
Absolutely. I was going to say not same time, but same place.
Same place.
Same guys with the addition of SPJ. He will be back in the mix.
AGW, 1 p. Eastern tomorrow. Don't miss out.
And we've got plenty to unpack with Adam's team and head coach as that story gets deeper and deeper. Pause. So we have plenty to discuss with the NFL, NBA, baseball. But that's going to do it for another edition of Off the Bump. Appreciate you all for chiming in, watching us in chat and everywhere else. And best of luck with all your action tonight. Until tomorrow, enjoy it all and cash some wagers, folks. See you mañana.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Riding in the deep. Down in the deep. Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. Rolling. What you gonna do? Rolling. What you gonna do? Down in the rolling. What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit. What you know about